is imagination. We are moving into an age of manifestation. Things become actually less material, more ethereal. The golden dawn is when we awaken to this new station of life. What you think becomes real quicker. Regain our imagination, regain our inner child, and let that inner child out.
My name is Frank Castle, founding member of the music group Heist and New York City Neo Shaman. After a serious injury sidelined my career in 2013, I decided to set out on an adventure to search for myself with the help of the plant medicine Ayahuasca. What I discovered waiting for me was something I could have never prepared for. It was time for me to become something more, someone more. It was time I became fearless. In the darkest of nights, gonna let my light shine as my heart beats a rhythm with space and time. When the light starts to shine inside your third eye, you awake to the knowledge that you never die. I'm becoming fearless. What is up, everyone? It's your main man, Frank Castle. You know what that means. You know what that means. You know what that means. That means it's Saturday night, and this must be Fearless. Now that you know what that means, right?
I do.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
That means I'm joined by my etherical translator and co-host Paula Milo, sitting right next to me.
Hey, everyone.
What's up, everyone? Greetings, Fearless family. What's happening, chat room? Shout outs to everyone. Hope everything is sounding crystal clear and nice and loud and bright and shiny, because as always, there's this massive buildup right before the show.
Everything shut down.
We're using the computer for everything. Everything's fine. Boof, nothing works. Had to restart twice, but guess what? We're back and we're live. See, it's just the thing where you can't keep a good man and woman down. No. You just can't do it. You know why? You'll get punched in your face. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome, everyone. Shout outs to everyone that's spending the time with us tonight, because I know time is a very precious thing. Something you kind of don't get back. We know on our level, you get a little bit back on some time wasted and over here and some time wasted over there, and people that wasted your nonsense. Now you'll get it back. But back in the day, you wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't get it back.
Right? Think about that.
Well, you didn't believe you would. You wouldn't. It would just slip away like the sands of time.
The sands of time.
That's it.
The tighter I squeeze, the more falls out.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. I feel you. That's crazy, man. Shout outs to Kevin Grooms in the rooms, Sons of the Sun.
There's so many people in the chat room. Hello, everyone. Hello, Holly.
Shout outs to Holly and Lisa and Darren.
We love you.
Peter.
We were listening to Robert Hawley right before the show.
Shout outs to the Golden Lantern.
He's amazing. We were listening to him, and
shout
then all
to
of
Lisa,
a sudden,
really shout outs.
And then everything just shut down. We were ready to go. We were listening, and bam.
Haska, what's up, baby? It's Fearless Day.
Is it?
Oh, it better be.
It was a rough day for me. I had a hard time today.
I'm sure so many people. What's up, studio? So
it was rough.
Indigo, Joseph. What's up, Sam? What's up, Zervos? Nick, my brother, Progeny of Lights in the house. The only thing I didn't get to do is roll a giant joint before the show.
That's okay.
No, because I'll just roll one during the show.
I'll
show my fucking skills.
I'm good.
Live and direct. Because I no longer give a shit.
We had to go to we had to run to BJ's yesterday, but here it was raining where we are, and Frank and I were caught in the rain, like totally drenched from head to toe, and we just felt crappy after that, just from being out in the rain. And I woke up this morning and I thought I was gonna die, and I had things to do because Ellen's coming tomorrow with Nick, and I promised them I'd make certain things, and I got everything I had to do. Did
you accomplish everything?
Everything, except I didn't get to mop the floor today, but I could do that tomorrow.
Oh, that's a
Anyway,
simple thing.
This morning
Greetings, Alice.
I'm making
Greetings, Ellen.
hello, Ellen. This morning I'm making some
What are
stuff.
those cookies that we're making?
The lemon cookies. So I have everything. I'm getting everything done in the kitchen. I have to. I'm working strategically because I know I don't feel well, so I know I have to get the big things done first. And I'm in the kitchen and I'm doing all these things, and I think there was an entity in the kitchen with me because
Wait, show them what they were doing to
you, you don't even know. So I don't know if you were a kid, when you were a kid, if people did this to you, but
Hey, take
like,
a look at my new shiny object.
all of Frankie's friends when you were a kid, well, hey, what's going on? I just
Come
knocked
on,
shit
man.
out of your hand.
Just got that.
Yeah, I remember I was telling Frank
No,
once
no.
I had a can of soda in my hand. I was like 16, and they're like just knocking stuff out of your hand. So
They used to just take out whatever. You could have had your lunch tray in your hand,
right,
or
but
your books.
but
they would knock your books down.
yes,
You'd
and
carry
then
them like
and knock
this,
the
and they
tray.
go, "Hey,
Yes.
what's up, buddy?"
Yeah, this is from junior high school on. Okay, so like
I don't
you
miss
learn
that shit.
you learn to be combative when you're with your friends and you're eating or drinking something. Anyway, so I'm in the kitchen and there's an entity in the kitchen, and I'm like, look, now the rule is if you mean any harm, you are not allowed to stay. And I do understand that non-human entities, angels, demons, they love to watch human interaction.
Willow, shout outs to Willow.
And I get
Sorry.
that. So no, hi, Willow.
I just saw her pop up.
And I get that. So I'm very understanding. You can stay, just do not interfere. And especially if I have shit to do not interfere. So this entity, and again, I'm telling a story, believe it or not. Go ahead. I'm not going to do that now. That's too important. No. So I'm feeding cats.
Do not do it.
No,
now.
I'm not going to do it now. I said, but give me your
This will
empty
turn
hand.
into
Right.
the
So I'm
UFC.
feeding cats, right? Cat food all over the floor. Three separate times it happens. 3 times. Now I stand back, and now I'm like, no. This is beyond me right at this point, because now I'm saying, am I dropping things because I'm not feeling well? Am I not? I don't know, and then I'm like, no, this isn't me. So now the new wand that I got from Rihanna, because my wand is so strong, I'm afraid that I can't really. We went through the whole analogy. She's tough. You can't just take her out. Like, she only comes out when it's really necessary. So I got another wand from Rihanna, and it's almost like she's got a little baby energy, a little baby girl energy. And every time I pass her, she wants to be put in the light or in the sun, in the sunlight, or outside in the sun, or she wants to, whatever you're doing, she wants to be a part of it. So I put her in the bathroom the other day. She didn't want to come out of the bathroom. And I said, well, I can't really leave you. You're in the bathroom. Like, but then there's plants in there, and it's pretty nice
the
in there.
and stuff isn't too good for the.
So she was like, no, leave me here. So I said, okay, I'll leave you there. And again, believe it or not. So now I said, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my wand, Gigi. I'm going to go get her, and I'm going to bring her into the kitchen with me. So I go get her, and I'm going, come on, you're coming with me. And she was like, oh, what are we doing? And I said, you got to take care of some shit in the kitchen because I have things to do. Right. And Frank was sleeping. So I put her down on the counter in the kitchen, and I think it was a last ditch effort for this entity. So I have all the baking stuff out on the counter. I had just cleaned up all the cat food mess and everything, because I won't do one and the other at the same time. So all of that was cleaned up. Now I'm baking. I got everything out, and I put the wand on the counter. So if you really don't think your wand does anything, they really do. So put her on the counter, and I'm like, okay, this is it. You got one shot, because the Gigi's here. You have to go. If you're not going to respect the fact that I need to get things done, you cannot stay, right? So it was like a last ditch effort. So now I'm baking, and now I've made these. Me and Frank have made these cookies together. We've made them about 50 times. So it was like, go ahead, give me your head. again, I have flour in my head. It's like this.
What
And
you
then
doing?
it was like someone took my flour, went all over the kitchen. And this is like the third time I've cleaned up the kitchen now. And I was like, that's it. And then it ran. Did you hear that?
I did
It
hear
was like
that.
a little squeak, right?
I did hear that.
And then that was it. It was out. And then after that, I prepared the dough. I tried to make caramel 3 times this morning, did not work. And I was like, I can't. If it's not working, it's the universe does not want this to happen. Put the fan on. The universe does not want this to happen. So then I had to stop doing that. But I got everything else I had to get done, so I was happy. But that was my experience this morning. And it was the strangest thing. And then it knocked me out so bad. I went back to sleep on the couch, and then Frank got up and I was like, don't even speak to me. I can't even talk to you about anything that happened. I didn't even tell him what happened today until like 4:00 in the afternoon. Because then I had errands to run. I had things I had to do, and then I got home, and then he was on the phone with people. So we didn't even really get to tell each other about our days. Well,
you've been moving today.
Oh my God.
Like
with precision and accuracy.
Like you're on 10 Adderall.
Because I don't feel well. I really just don't. And you know what? I have to say, these days
it looks like a frustration's bringing you from one movement to the next.
These days are few and far between that I don't physically feel well, because I don't have bad days like this, many of them. And I won't take the
Sorry, I'm just blowing it in your face. I'm so sorry.
I don't have many days like this. I'm all creamed. I have all the creams on. I did all the stretching. It's just a bad day. There's nothing I can do about it. But what are you going to do? You got to get through it. But now I feel better. Now I everything I had to get done is done. So now I feel fine. I can just lick my wounds in the corner quietly, because now everything's done. But that was it. But it was just weird, because then Frank had a really strange day too. Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Right, so
nonsense talk now.
Check it out. First of all, Robert, holy, you the man, higher frequency in the house, right? So you didn't miss much.
Oh, Patty Orbits, thank you, Patty. Thank you so much. She sent us these really cute cake shirts.
Yeah.
And I was gonna wear it, but I feel so uncomfortable. The thought of having to change, I can't move my shoulder at all. So the thought of having to change, I couldn't do it. Then I was gonna hold it
Everybody
up, and no.
Concentrate on the right shoulder tip.
Thank you.
Send that energy right in there.
Thank you. But I was going to put it on, and then I was like, I can't do it. So, but they're cute. They're just these the black shirt, and it's got these big pink pieces of cake. And when she sent them, I didn't know she was sending them.
It made me want to do 2 things, 3 things: put the shirt on, eat some cake, and smash a demon in the face.
I just hit myself in the mouth. I laughed so hard when I opened the package, because it was the last thing I was expecting. I wasn't expecting anything, and then I opened this package, and I think I laughed. I pissed a little bit.
Yeah, you did.
I laughed so hard. And then I literally had to send her a message and tell her exactly what happened, because she needed to know how funny it was. And she was so happy. She was so thankful that I got that I got it. I was like, no, I get it. It was the best. It was it made me so happy. And then thinking about it now, now I'm happy. You know what I mean?
That's positive vibes.
Yeah, now I'm happy.
Vibes.
But yeah, today
that's called maybe triple stacking even.
Today was a rough day.
We're in between. We're in a month. You got today's the new moon, and then the full moon at the beginning of the month and at the end of the month. What the fuck, 2020?
Yeah.
Right.
But you had a weird day too.
I'm still having a weird day.
Because when you left,
I usually don't sweat under my arms ever.
Oh my God, I sweat.
Right. And my underarms are sweating just a little bit, and it's driving me nuts because I'm not used to that.
It's not even
things like that. Look, everyone's been having
warm
this.
In here. I have a sweater on.
I got a little chill thing there. If I wasn't amped up, look, anyone experiencing
9 cups of coffee,
anyone experiencing chills, headaches, all kinds of freaky shit, where you think you're sick but you're not really sick, and do actually what Paula's doing: drink a little water and just relax, take a deep breath, and remember what's going on. Because I must have cycled through every injury in the last week, every sickness, every disease. Just, it was almost like my body was almost trying to connect to that. Remember I told you in our bubble, right? It's a frequency, that sickness that you attach to it. It doesn't really exist unless you permit it. I know that sounds weird because there's a lot of
Oh
sickness in
yeah,
this world,
but today
I
was
said,
just
I'm
a-
not getting sick ever again. Fuck this. I'm not going back to the doctor. Eat a dick. Next time I go to the doctor, it's going to be in a fucking med bed and I'm going to heal up or 5D body or just not. How's that sound? And
yeah, new moon was yesterday. That makes
So
sense.
our ups and downs and all these freakouts of the new energies coming in, waxing and waning all around us. And it's how you're dealing with the same shit again, is cycled in. Notice the new cycle's getting ridiculous now. It's already been ridiculous forever, but now it's really ridiculous. There's crack pipes and people smoking and vice presidents and all kinds of weird shit.
Oh my
On
yeah.
a level, wait, they're snorting cocaine off children's asses. I'm like,
What?
that's the next picture that came out was him
Oh, I didn't
sniffing.
see that one. I was too busy frantically in the kitchen.
It's not
Okay, I
something
didn't see
you
that.
really want to see, right? Then
No.
Giuliani comes out and he starts talking. It's a crazy world right now that we're in. The only thing that's really important, because it's all important, you're like, oh, we'll save the children. It's important. Of course, that's important. You got to fix yourselves and heal yourselves. We need optimum people. We need leaders about getting ready to lead, especially if you're in a place and in a position where you can't get up and go save someone, save a child, or I don't know, put out a forest fire or some shit. If you're just sitting there like, bro, I don't know what my position and my plan is, you need to start leveling up, get
Just be
back in the
kind.
game.
Yeah, just be a little kind.
Just work on your meditation, love, create,
Yep.
get into the rhythm. You will create in the terms of anything, because right now, this last week, every other day was a what you were experiencing. Hey, let me knock that out of your hand.
Oh my goodness.
The other day I couldn't hold,
I
me, I
know.
never drop blunts. I never fucking drop them. I dropped one like 4 times in a row and it was in my hand and then boop, not there. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I don't even bother with it no more. I'm like, is that the day we're going with? Because, associated with that is you bend down to pick it up and you do one of these.
Oh, I did. I hit my head.
My
What did I
fucking head.
do?
And
Oh,
then,
I did. I bent down and I did the rock and I lost my balance and I fell on my butt. Like,
yeah,
I'm
you
like,
fall on your ass, you
it was
fucking
like
bang
this
your knee.
little, like it was like a little boy energy, like just someone being bad. And then I have to say,
I know we're all going through this.
I was blaming it in like the seconds where it was getting crazy. I was blaming everyone in the world for everything. Meanwhile, I know what's happening because it happens here all the time. And when it happens to Frank and when it happens to me, like I know what it is. But at that moment, I was blaming Frank. I think Frank was talking to Aaron on the phone when I got home.
Yeah, shout outs to Aaron and Zach.
And I started screaming like a beast at the cats because now I'm coming home. There's now a mess still in the kitchen, a little bit in the sink from when I left, right? And Frank came home with 12 packages. I have bags from the supermarket and every cat in the neighborhood is hungry now. And it's like 2:30 in the afternoon. And I'm like, no one's getting any, like, what is it with
well,
this?
because
like,
it's not 1 or 2 cats. So
no,
we're
it's
dealing with a mob.
It's just crazy. And then I lost my shit. And then Frank looks at me and I'm like, not you, the cats. Meanwhile, Aaron was probably terrified on the other end of the phone too, because no one hears me scream.
I was like, whoa.
No one hears me
Holy
scream.
shit.
I don't usually lose my shit like that. And today I was like, "Ah," and then I threw a little girl fit and I went in the bedroom and I literally threw a little girl fit. I had to take all my clothes off. Because I started to sweat. No, that's why I'm finding it funny that you sweat. I started to sweat. I had to take all my clothes off. I put
cold sweats,
shorts and a t-shirt on. And now 2 seconds later, now I'm freezing. So now I said, you just better slow your roll. And I get in the bed and I just
slow your roll.
And I just took 20 minutes and I just gave myself a time out. And Frank came in and I just looked at him like, just don't even come near me yet. And 20 minutes, I just calmed myself down. And then it was round 2 and then I was ready. But
it was like ding, ding, fight.
No, because there's no time. I have to do what I have to do and I have to get it done in a certain amount of time. And then, hi, Della. And then we have
shout outs to Della and Joe.
And then we have Della and Joe coming next week. And it's like, I have
Monday.
We have, so we
not
have
really next week.
Certain days. It's not even, it's Monday. We have, so we have certain days we have to get stuff done, and so whatever. But
so
Della,
think
if you have a special request, you might as well send it now so that I could do it for you for next
the
week.
sickness, because so we're in a bubble, your aura.
Oh yeah, I'm
right,
sorry.
Right? No, don't be sorry. You're doing great.
Thank you.
So
You're just happy I made it for the show.
Well, you were wide awake, fucking rocking and rolling. I didn't know if you were gonna black out. I was like, oh shit, she's pushing herself, and you were like everything you were doing. It was like when you're watching Stallone.
I told you,
train and Rocky, and
driven. And you know,
he's running up the hill
No,
and
'cause-
shit, yelling Drago.
no, you know how I am. If I don't
If I
touch,
just get this one thing done,
I
dude, you're
don't-
78 things later.
I don't touch food, or I don't create when I am angry or upset or feeling any negativity, which is difficult because sometimes you just feel that way all the time. But I could clean like a motherfucker, right? Because that's not damaging anything, but I don't touch food. So when I'm when I'm baking or I'm cooking or anything like that, like I have to change my attitude. That's why I like gave myself a time. You saw me. I gave myself a time out. And as soon as I took my socks off, I was freezing. And then
Get in your home.
after
Why don't you go home?
That's what we tell the kids.
You don't like your
go
home?
in your house.
So
And then, but then I felt fine.
if you give in, this is what I'm beginning to. I notice. I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys know. Check this out. You tell me if you vibe on this. So the frequency that can attach to your bubble is just all different shit. So we could just plug in pretty much anything, any kind of desired effect. Okay, but here comes sickness, right? So you get a little chill. You get a think of how people are. You get, I'm fucking hot. I'm sweating. I take my clothes off. I'm frozen. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
I know. How do you know you're getting old? How do you know? Yeah, I'm cold all the time, right? Right. So wait a second, but I'm cold. Now I'm sweating. Wait, now I'm shivering. Am I getting every disease at once? Wait, do I have the flu? Wait, my throat kind of tingles. Oh my God, I think I'm gonna have diarrhea right now. I'm gonna shit my pants. Wait, oh, I'm so fucking nauseous right now. What's happening to? I looked in the mirror and it's like I just see every blemish on my face,
You know what?
distorting and
This-
becoming a fucking pizza.
You know
the Hut.
what? This is a good segue into what happened this week to us with the Aya.
Wait, hold on.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, that's part of the
Okay,
So
go ahead.
if you connect and dig into that and give in to any one of those parts, you start to get
All
sick. It brings you into it.
Oh yeah.
Right. So like my body was going through all these motions. Now I remember every single one of these motions. I'm going to say something. I'm very proud of myself. I didn't get sick this year. I haven't been sick since last year when we had this fucking
Oh, we think it was
coronavirus
COVID.
thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But that was like, when was that? In like October, November?
October 2019.
Okay. So October
But you used to get
2019.
sick every September, really bad.
Every September into October for 1 month, I would be throwing up for a day. I'm talking 24 hours straight.
Fever, throwing up, headache, can't get out of bed.
Shitting,
Do you
fucking
remember
losing
that
it.
one? The first time it happened, we had people here. You were.
I
throwing
had
up for like
Christy here,
8
Shaman
hours.
Christy.
Yeah, at like 8
and
hours. You
I-
were throwing up.
They thought it was the ayahuasca or something. And
Right.
I'm like, nah, man, I opened my eyes, broke into sweats, never felt like this before, and just immediately started hurling. And it didn't stop for about, I swear to
It
fucking
was like
Jesus.
7 or 8 hours, I think.
No, the first time, remember, it went into the next day. I was laying on the floor begging God for forgiveness. I was getting like an hour of sleep. I'm like,
There's so
I
many of
already
those
know my
times.
position, lowercase g, by the way. So I already know my position, and I'm sitting there going, oh Jesus. And I
Yeah.
said, no, wait. So the first time around, I knew it was annoying. Year 2, it happened the same exact way, and it hurt, but it didn't last for 2 days.
Look, let me
It
tell
was
you, when
one
you go through
24-hour
it,
spurt.
I remember.
And I started going, oh Jesus, help me, oh Jesus. I don't know why I was doing it. It was just that's how much pain I was in. And I inside realized it's Space Jesus, motherfucker. And why you calling to him? He ain't gonna help. With everything I knew, I'm begging. And then the next thing I thought was, dude, you know how annoying you are to Paula? Because if I would say one more thing and repeat it, I'd walk in here and stomp you and then wait for you to wake up and go, are you okay? It looked like you fainted and banged your head. That's what I would have did to me if I was doing that, because that's annoying.
I'm a very.
I never realized that about me.
I'm very understanding.
But after that second time,
Mhm.
I tried not to be a pussy through certain experiences, because I realized but it was so violent, right? I was
I
bruised
know.
on
You
parts
were-
of my body.
yes.
From my voice was bad for a month, right? It was just terrible. Anyway, so I didn't connect this time to any of this stuff. And it had rained, it got hot, it got cold. I need a sweatshirt, I need a t-shirt, I can't wear underwear, I need long johns, I need socks. Take my fucking socks and throw them out. Why are they soaking wet? What do you need?
point the fan this way,
It's
because
on.
yeah, but point it that way because it's not pushing. Thank you. That's perfect.
Is it perfect?
It's perfect.
It's not blowing in your
No,
face?
it's perfect. It looked perfect.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Stupid.
so I'm looking at this differently. It's like we have our aura bubble, right? And we choose to let these things connect. They're like tentacles that reach out from all the distractions, all the frequencies, and you are the frequency master. You are the giant antenna. You are the what we call the great magnetic attractor.
Great big magnet. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are though.
But you too. You were doing it.
Oh, I was. Oh yeah. Oh
and now
yeah.
it's happening to me. I got 5 cats in bed with me.
I was screaming, Frank, man. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I was. Look.
Pass that shit.
I am 90% of the reason Frank is fearless. Probably 90% of the reason Frank is fearless. Okay. I pride myself.
Homie, I was definitely talking to dudes coming out of portals prior to meeting you. However, without you, it would have been a disaster.
Yes.
After disaster,
yes.
until
Trying
literally
to explain it. Yes, absolutely.
I just caught wind and was able to fly.
Absolutely.
Right.
But I could always handle my shit. So now my joke is
until she can't.
Until I can't, and then I need help. But I know when to ask for help. So when I was having my bitch fit today, I was screaming, Frank's making me a pussy. I'm not strong anymore.
Oh, see, I get blamed for making her the fucking one that shouts out loud, why me? See, this is the story. All right, so everyone that's like, oh, you and Paula have
yeah, it's perfect. Blah, yeah, it's wine and roses all the time.
You gotta hear the shit that goes on around here, but it's all good.
And then but in my head, I'm like, no, that's not it. You're blaming people now. You're blaming it. No, it's him. I used to be strong. Now I'm not strong. And then I'm like, no, that has nothing to do with this. You're part of an experience that's happening right now.
You can't always be the strong one,
right? They're knocking stuff out of your hand.
You know what happens? You're Luke Cage every day of the week. You come into the cage and you're like, bong, 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 and then Juggernaut steps in the cage with you and just punches you in your face, and you go.
Sometimes it's just the universe telling you to slow your roll, I guess, and I don't know, but. It was so funny, and I was blaming and then I was like, "Stop that! You're not that person." And then that's how I knew those words and those thoughts were.
Everyone's like, "So you're living the life." I'm like, "You want the 1 bedroom? We have 14 cats that come along with that. You got to keep the house clean."
So, yeah.
And they go, "Bro, I got this." And then they spend a little time here and go, "I don't got it." It's awesome, but the upkeep.
For who is it awesome for? For us.
Every visitor, awesome. For me and you.
Oh no, yeah, when it's not terrible.
By far, and I've lived in some crazy places. My favorite place.
Oh, without question. We were talking about that yesterday. This is my favorite place I've ever lived. Yeah.
One, the major one, it's because you're here.
Oh, well, I feel the same way about you. Because you're here.
2, the cats. And all the victories through being able to rescue and save lives and keep our family. The convenience is 3. On how our life can be lived the way we can live.
Yeah, the way
through the heist.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I agree. I agree 100%.
Okay, so with that being said, that's groovy.
Sometimes it's just like to
keep it
want to run away.
I'm like looking at the place going, well, what makes this fucking place so good? I'm like, well, there's actually a lot of things. Everything that was set up, because when I first was here, I couldn't stand it. I don't like being this close to the train. And
you didn't like it for the first couple of years.
I don't like people being able to walk right up.
But they don't. But you really can't.
Who knew that? Who knew I knew. Here we go. You ready? I knew. Now who sounds like
the bubble is up, Frank? You see it. You see where it goes. It goes to the passenger side of the. Why are you making that face?
What?
You look like you're constipated. What are you doing?
I am kind of constipated with this one.
I bought bananas.
Perfect.
Okay.
Gina Jim would be very proud of you right now.
There you go. And grapes too.
No, I'm proud of you.
Okay. Do you see? This is so retarded, but this is the way it is.
You got to learn to let shit go and let it fly.
But
and
it
not
is.
Focus in on the negative.
Look, I could have been in a look, I could have been in a terrible blame spiral today. I could have I could have started a fight with Frank over.
But your awareness, I walked away.
Over
I was on the phone with Aaron. I walked out 3 times.
And that's why I told you I'm yelling at the cats, not you, because
No,
now I didn't know who you were talking to on the other end, and I didn't want them getting scared of me because everyone's already scared anyway. So I didn't want that.
I got the Popa on the phone. He says, you need a 25 alfathers today.
I can't. I don't have that much time.
And a boot, right in the coolie.
Yeah, and a boot. Yeah, I got a boot.
Yeah. The boot. Look, everyone experienced. Hold on.
Yeah, it was horrible.
This up and down.
But it's over now. Like it happened. It's over. Like we got.
How many of you would slam dun, 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 the way Paul is talking about right now, and then let it carry for a week or 24 hours or a day? Let it push into your next moment and bring you misery in the next moment, because I'm so pissed off at the last moment and I hate the world. I am not
scary. Nicholas.
Oh, I know that was a Zervos. I didn't even have to look. So, how many of us would do that? And do you know how much that ruins the whole experience?
Sure.
Now, I'm a master of doing that.
I could have ruined tonight for us.
I ran away. I was like,
if I would have
continued, yell at me as soon as I get
but
off
I
this
did
phone.
not. I literally, Luna, now because Luna's feeling so much better. Our cat that's been living on, the cat that no one can pet for, this is I think her 3rd Christmas. Oh, whatever. Frank is just starting to pet her now. Now her new thing is, because she's feeling so much better because she's getting medicine, she loves to walk directly under your feet and just stop anytime she wants. But I could have ruined tonight. I could have made it horrible for tomorrow, and I didn't want to do that. I had to let it go.
I had a talk with my mother when we had Squeak, and I said, Squeak does that. He stops right in front of me.
Yeah.
And I broke my ass stopping.
Yeah.
And I hurt my hip and my back, and it hurt for like 2 weeks. So I said, okay, Squeak, next time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm rolling right through. And I know you don't want, I can't stomp you. I don't want to hurt you.
But you have to nudge them along.
Yeah, you got to do the nudge.
You do, because
I picked up the fucking broom before, like I was playing hockey, and I went, okay, cats, you, let's go. And they all just ran into the other room. I didn't have to do anything. I wasn't swinging a thing.
No, you just had to walk with it. Yeah, that's why I walk with a dish towel in my hand.
So listen, this is solutions to this shit, because it's insane. You're in there doing it, and I'm hearing all kinds of shit. What wound up happening? I got up, kind of came in. We were zipping back and forth.
Yeah, we had we
turned
a
it into this weirdo tornado of
tag team. And then we were able to eat. Once that was all over and everything was transmuted.
Everything got done.
No, but it had
everything.
to be.
Sorry if my
hand
hand
all that
came
energy had to be transmuted, because we couldn't you can't put food in you when you're feeling like that, because what happens?
You're so far away from me. Come over here.
Sorry.
Listen. I understand.
No, but then we were able to eat.
But sometimes it takes two to work in coordination.
No, it does. It does.
I understand. See, these are the symptoms.
It was hard. It was hard.
It's horrible. It's horrible. It's ups, it's downs, it's left, it's right.
But it was.
What?
Now it's over. But it could have been. I could have allowed it to be a shit show, and I chose not to. I could have.
Yes, that's it right there.
Had a little girl fit and blamed you for things that had nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. It's not your fault I woke up and I didn't feel well. You had nothing to do with me not feeling well.
Yeah, we get it. I get it.
Right. But it's very easy to say
choose to connect to that stuff.
Yes, if you choose to plug into it and just stay connected to it.
So does anger actually emanate and frustration from where is it emanating from, right? That if we can kind of get a section on it and a hold on it, realize it's pumping through us. There's ways to ground and divert.
Yeah, there are.
First, we just say things like,
yes,
I had to just excuse myself and walk in the other room. See, that's an intelligent person's way to do it. I was never able to do that. I'd go outside. I'd have to go for a walk around the block, and then I'd get pumped up. That just makes me angrier. And then I had to just go, I'm just not wasting my time. That was a waste of all of that time that I'm never going to have back. And in my older life, damn, there's a lot of that.
But if you remember when we used to fight years ago, I used to say, now you just wasted the whole night.
Yeah, of course. Well,
And then you were like, I don't care. But then the next day you realized it. And then your recovery, your rebound time.
yes,
got
but see,
a lot
it's the same
shorter.
cycles again.
Yeah, exactly.
And how you're viewing them, knowing what we know now compared to what we knew then. All right.
Oh, thank you.
Peter. We love you very much. Now sending you most positive vibes. I appreciate every single one of you. The duality, Della, does suck. However,
it really does.
This
it really
is,
does.
as you master this, okay, you get strong. You don't take damage and then stay damaged and weathered.
You recover.
I have wisdom
you
through
pick up
experience.
and you pick up and you recover,
allowing me to make maneuvers inside of situations that everyone else seems to be unaware of. If you had that much common sense. Now, I'm not talking about specific people or anything. You know who I'm. Every one of us has dealt with the dun-dun-duns.
No, we do have
If
choices.
You have this much, you can maneuver through it. I said once to the girl with the big dog, if you can't handle your dog, the dog almost killed the little dog.
Why do you have this big dog?
You don't have to get another dog. You shouldn't be outside with that dog. If the dog's 100 pounds and you're 120 pounds and the dog pulls you while eating another dog,
who do you
and
think's
you
gonna
can't
win?
stop it, this is your fault. And I'm not being a dick. I just watched your dog attack the other dog, period. And she was like, oh, I'll tell my boyfriend. This has nothing to do with that. You're still a dummy. You're just not getting it. You just want to fight, right? Now, I'm a dog lover. But if that dog gets off the chain and comes at me, one, I'm probably going to run and jump up on a car and hide. But if I had any way to handle my situation, what has to happen. Just because.
Yeah, but the dog wouldn't come after you.
I'm not saying it would. That's why I didn't even finish the statement.
No, I know.
I didn't have to.
Energy is so...
On the next level, the dog's gonna go roar, 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 and then look at its owner and come over to me and give me the palm lick.
Like, hey,
and I'm gonna give it a cookie and go without chocolate, and then go, here you go. And now there's a friend. There's a friend.
A forever friend.
I was telling someone this week, go hug your demon, watch what happens. Grab it and be like, you can't stay, you gotta go. If you stay, guess what we got to do?
Yeah, we got to become best friends.
Freak the fuck out, right?
Yeah,
but
they don't want the love.
All right, so I gave mine an interesting choice, right? You help me against the AI, or I'm gone. If I'm gone, you can't punch into work. Well, I want to be the one. Yeah, you can't do that if we're gone. What? And I'm like, well, here's the choice. He's right there. Here he comes. I need a distraction. And he was just looking back and forth. He looked so fucking confused. This was the most horrifying monster demon to stare at. It's mine, so it's like extra groovy because it's like, oh, this motherfucker thinks he's fearless. Let's scare the shit out of him.
Right.
That dude looked confused and then attacked the AI and was like, no, this is my job. And I'm like, see, interference of your job and interference of your programmed position. A little bit common sense shows you what you can do with the other beings. And now he turned white. He turned into this other thing. He's like, I was never given a choice. I'm literally written into the program to go fuck you guys over.
I think it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's because it happens so much here, physically here in this particular place. It happens so much. But I was telling Frank, like after I was able to speak about what had happened today. Because the cats were feeling it too. It was like someone was like pushing them out of the way or like messing with them. You saw it too. And I was like, look, I have things to do today. If you're not going to pick up a broom and help me or like give me light or something like that, like you can't be here. And when literally after I brought the wand out, it took about 5 minutes. But after about 5 minutes, the energy had changed.
There's something about the way you said 5 minutes.
5 minutes, but that's how it felt. It was a long 5, like it was a paused 5 minutes. Like, sometimes 5 minutes goes by in the blink of an eye, but it felt like a paused 5 minutes. It did. And then the funny thing was, once the energy was cleared, because I was going to get the sage out next. The wand was the preliminary, but then I was going to sage. I ended up getting so tired. I laid down and I said, you know what, maybe I should listen to what my body is telling me. And I took a nap on the couch and I was there for like 3 hours, I think.
Yeah, you were out.
because you woke up.
You have to take the time for
Yeah,
you to upgrade.
I didn't have a
When
choice.
you go down
I didn't
like
have a
that,
choice. Yeah.
that includes everyone. Take the time. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
bro, I'm
I
so
didn't have a
tired.
choice.
Look, take it. Sometimes you'll go down 4 hours, 5 hours. Sometimes it's just an hour. Like I'll lay down sometimes and go, I'm going down, and I know I'll be back in an hour.
Right.
And I'll just lay down and take it, because if I try to push through that one,
Mhm.
ain't gonna work. I'll just be sitting here like a.
Well, I felt. See
It's not worth it.
now I'm starting to
The hours
come
worth it.
down from it. But I literally, I'm so impressed that I got everything I needed to get done today.
You can, if you, all right. So it's once again, same situations in life presenting themselves to you, and you choosing to do them in a certain way, aligning where you get everything done. So because even in your hectic, whatever, emotional, weirdo,
I was
energetic,
at the butcher today. I went to get, because I picked up the steaks for tomorrow. So Mike was like, "Hey Paula, what's going on?" And I said, "Mike," he goes, "Did you call in your order?" And I said, "No, Mike, I didn't call in my order. I'm sorry. This is what I need." And he was like, "It's okay. You can." And again, I wasn't myself at that point. So he was like, "It's okay." So I said, "I'm really sorry I didn't call it in. I didn't even think of it." You're like, and because usually I do call it in. And he was just like, "Usually you do call it in." And I was like, "I'm sorry, it's not you." So then he's like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Absolutely nothing. Everything is exactly the same. It's like a loop. It's absolutely nothing." And he was just like, "Okay, well, you have a great day." And like, I realized like I must have looked like a lunatic to him today. And then I walked out and I was like, "Man, I don't give a shit." I just got in the car and I had to come around the block. I couldn't make a U-turn. I had to literally drive around the block, and I was like, "Fuck this!" I had to drive.
Oh, you had the complete shit day, huh? See, I had that a few days ago.
I think if I would have been able to make the U-turn safely, I would have felt a little better about it. But I had to go all the way, and it's not like one block. The block that he's on, it's like actually 4 blocks that you have to turn around to come down, and it's like, motherfucker. And then you had just gotten home and there was shit, like there was all packages all over the place, and then someone Frank
I got
ordered
a package,
something and he got this big
and it was
package.
4
It was
feet
empty.
long, and it was empty.
And I was like, "Are you kidding me? It's fucking empty."
I called the company immediately. I was like, "Yo, you guys sent me an empty box," and they were like, "What?" No, there was full. I'm like, "No, it's empty,
It's empty,
and it's patched
like,
up."
Took a picture of it,
and I took pictures, but then the second box looked like someone opened
had opened it
and then put a different tape on it. And I told them, I was like, "I got pictures, I'll show you." They're like, "No, we're just gonna resend you all new stuff."
Really? See, that sucks. I hate that because I never want people to think I'm lying.
I said, "Hey, I got all these pictures right now. I'm saving them. So if they say anything to me."
Too. We do with the Chewy order because it's not Chewy, it's FedEx. So remember, a couple of cases got crushed, and I was like, I have the pictures and everything.
Drive you nuts.
Yeah.
Wait, you call FedEx and Chewy, and then you tell them, "Look, we live on the ground floor, and we're both kind of disabled to be carrying 50-pound boxes."
They're literally 47-pound or 60-pound boxes.
They bring them up to the top floor.
Up to the top floor,
and I'm like, "Holy shit! It says side entrance right on the box. You could just wheel it right in the front, and drop it off."
So now I had called FedEx probably about 6 times. I had done exactly what they said. I logged into FedEx and created an account. I have special notes on the account.
Just hearing this is making me lose my breath.
On the account, you want to talk about paperwork? This was online paperwork. On the account, I think it says in big letters, "I am a disabled person." Like when you look at me, I can't carry anything with 2 hands. And it's like, give me a fucking break. These boxes are heavy.
It's like, that's half my body weight. Are you fucking crazy?
But they're good because if you have a problem, you take a picture. But they always say it's okay because, and talking to Della, she made me understand it in one. Della and I had one conversation about it. FedEx uses a third party to, I guess, carry to deliver their overages for Chewy.com. So Chewy, they never see the comments that are left in the FedEx account. So even though it prints on the label, if there are additional comments, they don't see it. Yeah, she did work for FedEx. It's horrible. And it's Chewy's fault too, for the way they pack the boxes. But I guess,
well, it is what it is. I'm just saying,
shipping is expensive.
So we do our best to handle the situations.
Oh,
because
yeah,
they're
yeah.
absolutely insane.
Oh
and
yeah. So
ridiculous.
today I had to drive all the way around the block, and then I came home, and then you had that gigantic box that was empty, because at least I was like, oh, what is this? I was like expecting something wonderful, and then you were like, it was empty. And I was like, get the fucking box out of here. Now normally I don't care, but it just, everything bothered me today. I was so hungry, but I didn't want to put anything in my toxic mouth body because I was just motherfucking the world
So
today.
we've been,
It was horrible.
during this time, something that we have been doing, because for those of you that remember, we spoke about the MMS.
Oh, yeah.
We're not finished reading. I'm like page 180. Okay, I can start the process, but we've been
We're waiting
taking
to
this
read
thing
it, yeah.
called silvers.
Colloidal silver.
Yeah, but I forgot the exact name. I'll bring it over next time I go into the kitchen and
Okay.
come in.
Okay.
But I'm not promoting it. It's just, it seemed correct for me to get. So there's the Herxheimer reaction. So they say that 90% of the people will experience, because they want to maximize dose and all kinds of weird shit. If you just start light and go pick up as you go, you won't have heavy reactions. All the reactions are caused by all the parasites and viruses, whatever, getting killed in you,
bacteria being killed,
and then you not being able to pass it fast enough.
Right.
So
you
get sloppy, slouchy, headaches.
You feel lethargic. You get very bad headaches.
I'm nauseous.
Yeah.
I got a little
or
diarrhea.
You have to poop. Yeah.
Okay, so you get all these different reactions.
It happened to me with the foot detox. You remember?
So
the
they were
first week
talking about
I felt like I was sick all week.
If you put it in the glass and you take your shot and it burns your mouth a little and it burns your throat, they're like, that's parasites getting killed. It's not actually burning you.
Mold
and fungus.
Yeah,
sorry.
Fungus.
That was good.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I remember it all. I've
been reading it out loud to Paula, and then summarizing some shit that's just really not necessary, because we're only doing the base program just to get part of it. Anyway, so the silver,
we've been doing it with the colloidal silver, and
we've been bombing ourselves with it now for it's a couple of weeks.
October 1st.
Has it been October?
No,
we had that other bottle.
Hardcore October 1st.
It hasn't been hardcore.
For me, it's hardcore.
So mine's October. Like the second week then of October to now.
Yeah. And I felt it. I got
so
the headaches.
I've been like 8 days on hard.
Let me tell you.
But I'm getting the Herxheimer Jerkimer reaction.
I did too, because we were putting.
And I'm going, what the fuck is going on?
We were putting a couple of drops here, a couple of drops there,
and
but
then we got the new solution. I started.
Yeah, but
nothing
regimented. So,
but 2 times a day, no matter what.
So this is how we were doing it originally with the colloidal silver. It was nothing regimented. It was a couple of drops here and there. So then hardcore, we started October. I did, because I started giving it to the cats. So then I said, let me take it first, and then I'll start administering it to the cats. Very little, and they're little fucks. They won't drink it. I put it in the water, and they know it's in the water. Well, sometimes they'll drink it. It depends. So I started drinking it, and I didn't realize in the beginning that, until we started reading the book about the MMS solution.
No,
that's why we were.
I got a fucking email from them, and it was in my junk folder, and I checked my junk folder because I got important information.
Yeah, but did you put it? Yeah, but now it'll come through. You selected it.
I did, but that first one that came through, and it said, "Hey, things you might experience taking our stuff," and it said Herxheimer reaction. I was like, I've been reading about this shit the whole time, and I read it and I went, but I didn't fucking kidding me?
Take it. But I didn't realize it either. So it had happened to me with the foot detox, and I said, oh, okay, that makes sense. But I didn't put it together right away, because I had started with a really, really bad headache. So then I was like, Frank, is this weed giving you a bad headache? And he was like, no, not at all. I haven't gotten a headache. And so then I tried smoking a different weed, and I kept getting this bad headache for like I had a headache for 3 days in a row, and it wasn't a sinus headache. And now I had done the Hape, and I loved it. It hurt. It burns literally for like 30 seconds. It burns really bad. It's almost like you inhaled black pepper or chili pepper, and you feel the kick like, and the burn in your eyes. Eyeballs. It's almost like someone went and blew dust into your eyes. But after, you feel it's not psychoactive at all. It's just you
It
feel
could be.
you feel
because
you
you'll hear them talk. You'll hear it talk to you.
I didn't hear that. I definitely felt disoriented though, and it
Did
was
you feel it in your blood?
I did. I felt like it was cleaning my blood the way I felt like
Like
when
little scrubbies?
we ate. That's how I felt it was doing to my eyeballs. Little scrubby. It felt like little like Mr. Clean.
Yes.
The
scrubby
scrubbing bubbles. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it felt like. But this was a headache that hurt. So I was on the couch for like 2.5 days. I couldn't get up, and there were things we had to do, so I had to function. But then I realized it was the colloidal silver.
I had every fucking symptom on
yeah,
there.
me too.
And
me
I'm
too.
like, wait a second.
It was
So
horrible.
now, all right, so here's the
But
deal.
we got through it.
So check it out. You're
we got-
supposed to push through this.
Yes, you're
So
supposed to push through it.
Not
and that's what we
by
did.
dosing up. This is the problem that people are having, right? So if they say, hold on, if they say MMS, right? Do 3 drops and 3 drops in 4 ounces of water. That's a maximum dose. If you read the book, this is why it says you have to read the book before you do
Right,
this.
and that's why we're
You
doing
start
that.
with 1 and 1, right? Because
Right.
if you dose and for 3 days like that and everything's good, you can start dosing up and to the 2, and then the next couple of days, and you do this for 21 days, but going only as high as the 3 drops, right? So 3 to 3 ratio. Okay. If you just start with the 3 to 3, you will experience side effects. So 90% of people stop and just said, this product will not help me. They're like, dose down, right? To when it's not hurting you, and then keep dosing that to where you work your way in. So don't stop. Your parasites are getting murdered in you.
Right.
It's working. Push through, and then you'll get a burst of energy. Bink.
But
burst of energy.
But you do. I
Burst
do
of
have these
energy.
bursts of energies. What did you say from the colloidal silver? You blew your nose. You said you saw something.
All right. So yeah. So it looked like something you like a stick with vines coming up, but little tiny.
Yeah.
Blew it out, and then it looked like it was moving. Like it was fucked up. I'm like, oh, what is that?
Whatever it is, you don't want it there. It doesn't matter what it is. You don't want it there.
Well, this is going to make more sense because I went under a few times this week, and then to check the information from the last few times that I've been getting, and all of this starts to work itself out in terms of what happened, what's the information, what's been going on with your body, and why this is happening. So I had seen that antennas were building in me.
Mm-hmm.
They were like all these little things that look like that find each other in your bloodstream
Mm-hmm.
and attach to one another and form an antenna in you.
Well, let me tell you something.
And I'm like, what? But we
am-
knew this. We talked about this on the show.
Look, I got
but I'm subject to it too.
I got a little nervous when, we were reading the book for the MMS because, they say like, that Herxheimer experience could be so bad that people don't want to drink because of it.
They'll
They
just stop
think
and
it's
not go
actually
back to
making
it.
them sick. They're not realizing it's killing the parasites and the bacteria and the toxins. And that while it's killing that stuff, it's going to make you feel a little sick because now you have to pass all of those toxins through. It turns it into a salt. And then you have to pass that. And
So yeah, that was the other thing. They say,
it's
well,
hard.
people will argue over things like, oh, well, it's chlorine and bleach that you're drinking. It's like, no, there's 3 different CLs if you look them up, right? And when mixed with other things, they become other things.
Yeah,
Like
they become other things.
when you make DMT, you use lye, right? And you use different acid washes and bases
to pull the plant extract out.
you're
Mhm.
using paint thinners, right? So when I say this, people go, what? I go, no, you use those on the product
as part
on
of the process,
right? As part of the process, then they're completely removed. So there is none there by the time it gets to your smoke. It crystallizes on this shit dries and leaves, and this is gone. It's not even in the product when you pull it out.
Right.
So it's not there, but it has to pass through to create this other thing. And they look at me like I'm not smoking that. It goes through lye and this and that. I'm like, do what you want to do. I'm an
do
alchemist.
What you want to do. So,
I test everything.
Honestly,
on
let me tell you
me,
something. Colloidal silver.
Awesome.
We were giving it to Luna.
Oh wait, Roxy jumps up on here.
Yeah, I know. We've been giving it to Roxy.
She has the
colloidal
tumor.
Silver. She has a tumor, and she's. Oh, my nephew was over the other night, and we actually figured out that Roxy is 2 years older than what we thought. So Roxy's 14 years old. We thought she was about 12 or 13, but she's actually 14 or going to be 15 years old.
She's an old lady.
She is an old girl. So, but we've been giving her the colloidal silver, and it has been helping her.
I've been putting it in everything.
Yeah, I have too.
And everyone's been getting it.
It's now on a tray by the coffee now because we use it so much. I mean, I did take the last 3 days off.
Mouth infections.
Oh yeah, Luda doesn't have that smell anymore, and her fur is not
things on your body like bumps and shit.
Yes, the nodule on her neck went away.
Yeah, it got mad small.
She gets these nodes or nodules under her skin.
She used to scratch them, and this green shit would come out, and then I'd have to clean her off a little bit, and then they were all over, and she got all of them. She got every single one,
that's
and then
not good.
She didn't do that with this one.
No, because it shrunk and it went away.
Kind of just started.
Yeah,
I'll grab her. It feels like it's on a throat box.
Yeah,
like and she'll go right when I do it, and it's small. Listen, I'm gonna say this.
Look,
it's a combination of many things.
It's
a combo.
I've been using the colloidal silver.
She's been getting the vitamins too.
Yeah, she's been getting the vitamins too. But I've been using it, and I've been noticing that my skin looks better. I just noticed that the other day, and Frank knows these cats.
They lay on her.
They lay on my neck.
Their claws.
They're on my face.
They just do a little bit.
They don't leave me. The other morning I woke up.
They smell sometimes.
Baby Bear was around. He was on my pillow.
I turned over. His ass was in my face, but it was down, so it was like just over his tail, and he was sleeping on you this way. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then I went, wait a second. And I did it with my beard. And he went, what?
Yeah.
And I said, Bear? What the fuck are you doing in the
My
pillow?
face. They don't leave me alone. So
like a babushka head.
Yeah, like a hat. Yeah. So, but if you notice, like all those blotches from them on my face.
Me too.
They're all going away.
I'm gonna admit something that's not nasty or anything, but I'm just gonna say, well, we'll like this one.
Okay.
I had this itch like this for a year.
What, in the back of your neck?
Right there.
Oh,
right there. Right, it would not stop. Non-stop. Yo, it drove me fucking nuts. I rubbed lotion on it. I put tea tree oil on it. Put coconut oil on it. Get so fucking frustrated. 2 weeks on this shit.
I know.
I don't even touch it. It doesn't itch. I'm even touching it going, it doesn't bother me. Whatever that was is not there.
We're going to keep drinking it, and we're going to try the MMS also.
I'm going to show you guys a few things.
Look, it's going to be a little rough for us, but we're going to have to get through it, right?
No, but here's the thing. If we start slow and climb, there is no Herxheimer reaction. We're already experiencing it with this.
Right.
So we already understand. Like I dosed down by just doing 1 teaspoon.
That's what I did. That's why I said because you was like 3 teaspoons.
My throat hasn't bothered me. I had this tickle here that wouldn't go away.
Yes,
I'm like, naturally, it's got to be from smoking blunts or something. And then
I do 1 capsule because I was doing too much. Also, you were like, you got to do 3 tablespoons. I was like,
no. It says it right here, up to.
Yeah.
3,
so
I
use
3
I
twice a day.
In water.
And I'm like, I don't need to follow. They'll always say, bare minimum to save themselves. You can actually do more, but why be the hero when you could work up to just being it like the light being?
So let's talk about, all right. So then let's talk about the Aya this week. What happened when you
Okay, well, this was another thing because
Right.
I had 2 events this week. That they didn't fuck me up. It was great, but one took me off guard completely. So this is to all the shaman. Ooh,
Oh, put that one up. Just
This
put
one?
that. Yeah. No. That one. I've started the spray bottle. I'm using it to brush my
Yeah.
teeth. You know what? I'm gonna
it
try
says
that
to brush your
too.
teeth once a day with it.
I'm gonna try that too because I'm having a problem with my gums, and I know
This will fix it.
Yeah, and
It
I know
says
it will because when I was see, I got lazy and I stopped using the foot detox, and it's totally my
We've
bad.
just been overrun with other shit.
No, I know
Yeah,
that,
take
but
this.
there's a half hour in everyone's day to do something
I
that's
know. We all sit
whatever.
here
So I
and
got
go-
lazy, and then I noticed my gum issue came back, and I know it's because I'm not using the foot detox. So I'm gonna try the silver to brush my teeth with it because I can totally do that. I could just keep it in the bathroom. Keep a little bottle in the bathroom.
Yeah. So, well, this is what's gonna wind up happening. What we'll do is with those containers.
Oh,
we
yeah,
went and
yeah.
bought 4-ounce droppers, right? So you can
So-
put a solution in each
Yeah,
one and
so
then keep them in a
we were
different
both
place.
so excited about the MMS that we're gonna have this experience. We're gonna try it. That we both individually bought 4-ounce containers to hold liquid
Yeah, and
we
bought
came
different-
home the
we bought
same
different
day.
ones
Yes,
on the same day.
on the same day.
It's another weird thing that you go through when you're
Just
it's something. It made me know we were on the right
that
path.
shows unity and support, right? 'Cause
and
we
it,
do that
and
all
that
the
it was the
time.
correct thing.
Yeah,
that
because,
means it was going to
look,
be needed
it's
and
gonna
necessary.
suck. Okay.
Well, we lost 2
It could suck.
ayahuasca
No, we
cups.
lost one, and Ellen's
bringing
bringing
one.
it, but we still have
No,
4.
but I
No, we have 4. I found one all the way up on the top of the
no,
cabinet.
but that means we did. No,
There
over
were originally
time,
6.
Yeah, there were originally 6.
Now
is
there's
what
4.
I meant.
But I have those little jars. Those little jars
And then
are perfect
the
now.
jars showed up. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we now have all
More than enough. Yeah.
the tools to make it work, the tools to make it happen. Now, I'm not sucking this thing off like the greatest thing in history. It's another avenue.
Oh yeah, of course.
To get things done that don't require you to spend a lot of money and go to the doctor for shit you don't fucking need, because I'm telling you, it's a meaning well. We need doctors like we need police. Yes, we do. However, not for everything. That's it.
No,
right?
because if you told your doctor you were going to drink colloidal silver and that you would actually feel better, he'd be like, we don't.
But see, I went to a doctor once and I said, hit me with some penicillin. And he goes, why would I do that? And I looked at him like, we've been doing that when I was a kid in the 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
And I literally,
you always got better.
Boom. I just got better.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, we don't do that. I go, what do you do? He goes, well, antibiotics. I don't want that shit in my body. I don't know what you're putting in me. And I know that you don't either. Why? I'll tell you why. Because I looked on his wall and the whole fucking wall in the bookcase, instead of having books, had fucking free samples of hundreds of different kinds of fucking items. He would do this to me. Oh, what do you got? What are you feeling? Yeah, okay. And then he would just grab a stack and go, here, take this. And I'm like, what is this? And he's like, no, it's an antibiotic. No side effect reading, no nothing. So he gives me the book. It's on you to read the little one that you pull out and do all the kinds of shit. And when I presented that kind of stuff to him, he got angry with me. And you know the rest of the story. I told you, he kicked me out of his office. I says, all I did was show you. Like, I grew up, he's like, Frankie, little Frankie. I'm the doctor. I'm like, I'm not little Frankie, bitch. I fucking grew up to become inspector, right? The inspector. You're fucking nuts, bro. He went on a rant and he said, I do this and I do that. And none of this has to do with studying for the exam. Like, you making, I go away on weekends and wait, you go play fucking golf with apparently Dan Marino and Joe Montana, because that's what you have on your wall. Here, to you, doctor, whatever, right? So that's where you go. You know, there's also hookers and cocaine involved with that. We already know what you fucking do. However, I'm the guy that has to go to work and read this fucking shit. Give me the fucking handout. He gives me his office handout. Nope. I don't want that. Give me the little one that opens to that big. I'll read it to you. And he was like, get the fuck out. So we can now, here, hold this.
I don't want to.
You sure you don't want it?
Yeah. I'm
We can now take back. We can take back our time, effort, energy into thinking that he might know best for every single little thing, more so than me. He's going to tell me what 100% of the time, what my body needs. But not one person said, hey, you should drink more water, take the sun, vitamin D, vitamin C. Like, where's all that shit? Nobody said anything about healthy diet or going for a fucking jog. I'm talking about anything. You apply this to anything. How many people know about these doctors that never said this whole COVID situation?
Mm-hmm.
What have you said? There's no baskets on any corner for biohazard.
If this is such a pandemic,
there's fucking masks all over the floor outside.
Masks are going to save each other. How come there are no biohazard containers on every street corner so you can put your mask in it? And why aren't they giving you masks at each store that requires you to wear a mask? Why do they tell you you can't come in unless you have a mask? Why aren't they providing one for you or selling one for you at an affordable price at the door? And then why has no one said on television to drink water? Water cures 98%.
Yeah, and how come
problems.
Nobody said something about the fluorinated water too?
How come? No. But we're not even talking about that.
I know, but
how come no one has said drink water? How come Uber Eats is the biggest commercial across the nation? Because you're promoting fast food and you're promoting staying home and you're promoting being inside your house and not going outside in the air. So it's okay to order fast food to your house. And no one's saying drink water, and no one's providing biohazard containers for these masks. So why is that?
Yeah, it's cool for sanitation to just pick up your shit.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah, or
no mask, no nothing.
Yeah,
but
why? What? I don't. This
if there
I don't
was
understand.
Any issue like this,
yeah, this I don't understand.
Know the difference between
a bioweapon. Yes, Peter. Why hasn't anyone increased waste pickup? How come there hasn't been a designated separate waste pickup?
That's what I'm saying.
If everyone is so
they gave everyone
scared.
Those stupid fucking brown pails that were so tiny.
Yeah.
This is what they told us. You ready?
For the
they wanted us to compost.
Yeah, for the compost.
So they gave us this little thing like this big for each layer of the house. So
for compost waste,
they said you have to fit all your compost in here. You just dump it in.
Yeah. So that was one day for me. Well, where am I putting my eggs, my coffee? They gave us a little container, and then they're like, store it in your freezer until it's time for the pickup. So you want me to store waste in my freezer
from garbage?
So then we found out it wasn't mandatory. It was whether or not you decided to.
Yeah, everyone said fuck you. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. This is some bullshit.
Do you know how many of those brown containers we saw in the trash? People were throwing out those brown containers because they don't want
My mother had it stored in the garage. She was planting stuff in it.
Yes.
She was like, do I need this? That's what that was.
Yes, and you were like, no, get rid of that.
The other pail is in the front. Hidden to the side. She just uses the pail, and then I go, what are you supposed to put in that fucking pail? Wait, so I asked my brother, did everyone get those pails? And he was like, yup. I go, what are we supposed to do with it? He goes, nothing. They're doing that for the money. And I'm like, okay, so this didn't get used in any way, shape, or form, but there's no orange or red
biohazard container to put your masks in. Nothing the city has provided for you to put your masks in. So that just confuses me. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm confused.
Well, all I'm saying is just recognize, because all right, check it out.
That's what it is. Discernment. The whole thing is discernment.
Watch all right, but, look, you gotta if there is something, because we got sick.
No.
Hold on.
There
I'll
definitely
bring it around.
definitely is something.
It just shows
it's
you
just like everything else. You know, it's not what's going to end the world. You know, and they're making it sound like this is going to, it's going to bankrupt cities. That's what it's going to do.
now
It's not
you
going to
find
end
out
the
that it's
world.
90% inflated. 90%. 90%. That's like a Mad.
We knew people.
Did anyone ever read Mad
we
magazine?
Knew people indirectly
Alfred E.
who
Newman
went
shit?
to a testing facility, had to wait too long, left the testing facility 3 days later, got a letter in the mail saying that they tested negative. They never tested at all. So they got a letter saying that they tested negative. You didn't test me. And then they were saying that they were just sending in packets of those strips that were testing positive. Packets of those testing
those
strips.
things that where they poke you in the fucking brain and the excuse me, that was a great hit right there. So they're like the stick where they're testing you. In some places they already had the virus on the stick, so they were giving it to you.
I don't know.
Those things were like from 2016. Look, remember the Olympics where they had death in the center of the stage in this opening ceremonies, and then all the doctors had masks, but then all the people had masks, and then all the children were dead in the streets, and the thing was like 5 feet tall going, and it was death with the fucking hood, and they were all dancing, and the doctors were dancing, and they were doing a fucking ritual right in our faces that they were going to release this shit and then just get us, except this shit was intercepted. This is the big play. Right? They were going to use something against us to bring in the new world order or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Oh, I totally agree that this
and it got intercepted.
Look, I
should be thankful right now you're in this timeline.
This was a test, a dry run to see how we responded.
I don't think
order to how we responded. Like,
I think this is the live game.
Like, you and I comply because we don't want to hear it, right? Like, we don't want to get into
it was still a heist.
It's still a heist. I think that this was definitely a dry run just to see how the nation would handle a lockdown, how the nation would handle being fed the instructions.
It was guaranteed Hillary Clinton, and I'm just using her name to show you the timeline, because I don't know what to call the timeline except the dark timeline.
I don't know.
If I don't look, whether it's written, scripted or not, it's not going that way, right?
We read somewhere or we heard on the internet somewhere in the beginning that it took China 2 years to cycle this through. So we're approaching the end of our first year. Like, we're not that many months away. And I mean, I don't know what to say. I really have. So much has happened. So much has been revealed beneath the guise of this COVID that people are just not responding. We've been told about off-planet UFOs that we have, alien.
They basically admitted to everything at this point.
Off-planet vehicles that the United States has. They have. How come there are no, like
military recorded experiences chasing down?
Yeah, now the military is revealing that they've had situations and run-ins with these off-world vehicles. So they're real, and again, there was no freak out, no alarm. With all of these children being found all across the world, where are the indictments? Yes, there have been arrests, but where are the indictments? And how come all of the entertainers across America, how come all of these entertainers and comedians and famous people, why are there no telethons? Why are there no raising money for these disenfranchised children that may not even have homes? Why have we heard nothing else about them? Where are they? Where have they been? Where have they been taken?
One celebrity You
Why
know who I saw do one thing? And Antonio Sabato Jr.
Oh, made a comment. Yes,
he was like, "Yo, all you satanic pedophiles are about to get it finally."
Why
I was like,
why is the country not donating money to all of the? Where are all of these children? Where did they go?
How come no one's like, "Yo, save these fucking kids, man"?
Why are there no interviews being conducted with these children?
Forget about Trump and all that. Let's just go to that shit.
Where are they?
What's going on?
So, there are a lot of things that happened, and the public is not responding to any of it. These election, like the debate, Frank and I watched the debates. We didn't watch the vice presidential debate, but we watched the presidential debates. Since I was a kid, I've never watched anything so unprofessional in my life. I've never watched a presidential debate where there was not one question answered, where I could clearly see where a candidate fell on his views. Like one single question was answered. This is all I'm saying. All I'm saying is why. I'm not saying I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying why. Why is nothing being done? Why? What are they waiting for? Why? Information is being leaked as we speak about Hillary's emails. That so they have all of this information.
Dance.
Why aren't it is a giant dance. The computer, Joe Biden's son's computer, no one would take his call. No one, the poor computer guy. No,
he tried to give that computer up.
If you find,
he was like, they're gonna kill me.
Take this fucking computer. Computers, but one of the rules is if you fix a computer and you find child porn, you need to report that immediately to officials.
He said, when I saw the pictures, I had to go immediately. Try to call the FBI, call these guys, but nobody
no one would take the call.
You know who took it? Rudy Giuliani. He's like, let me see that, please, because that's a RICO case right there, bitch. We got all of it.
So
whether that's scripted or not, I don't personally give a fuck. We get to watch.
I'm just saying
it's going to start to make more and more sense.
Anything could happen at this point. Anything can, like, you have to be ready for anything to happen.
Okay. And yes, look, Haska, 9/11 was the kickoff ceremony. I had a question. Somebody asked me about 9/11 and the ritual to bring this timeline in to anchor it.
But open the portal. It's a different flavor. It's the same shit, different flavor.
They were going for it. Now, whatever this is playing out, it can't last much longer.
No, it can't.
I can't give dates and times.
It was a very good dry run to see how the population would handle it. And you know what? We were champs. We handled it well. Right?
Well,
right. They tried to start these fires that now now laws are being overturned. Like, look, they tried to divide and separate and it didn't happen. It didn't happen yet. Maybe it won't happen. There is an end to this, good and evil. There is. We just have to push through it and wait a little longer.
In a small amount of time, massive change is going to occur.
Oh, totally.
So it's going to go from this, where everybody's like, bro, the new normal. No, fuck your new normal, first of all. And then you're not going back. So forget it. However, you have to believe and have faith and anchor in all the teaching on grounding yourself and anchoring in so the light energy could come. This is the moment. This is the scripted moment that you watch where Mafia flips to Mafia A, B, or Z. But guess what? In this timeline, those guys want success across the board because there's other guys that are in charge, actually. It goes higher up. This has to occur. It has to happen, but it has to happen in a specific way. It's not that Trump has to do anything. We're just calling it the Trump timeline.
It has to happen the way it has to happen.
For us to just go into the next phase. The next phase is not going to be concentration camps. It's not going to be.
No.
It's not going to be NWO takeover. It's going to be the disclosure. You know what the disclosure is? I'm not talking about fucking UFOs. We all know that shit's real.
No.
We know we have the tech. Since they've been saying on TV shows, my father goes, "Hey man, I'm alive long enough to know that they're full of shit." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "They're doing the 30-year thing." I looked at him. I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Nextel phones, right? Bloop, bloop, the bloop bloop, those, right? Yeah, Star Trek. I watched that on Star Trek." He goes, "I could show you 100 more examples of that shit." So they're just bleeding it slow. I'm like, they're 1,000 years ahead. You can forget about that 30-year drip.
Yeah,
they're 1,000 years ahead.
Because stupid, I said 100. I said, 100 years, 1,000 years ahead.
Maybe in like 1960, 50, maybe.
Look, things are changing. Cities are being bankrupted. People are looking at their lives differently. They're realizing what's important and what's not. You know, we had this talk yesterday with your friend Rich. We were talking about things we want and things we need. And I can honestly say there's very little that I want.
I don't want for anything.
No, me neither.
Like, I want for like action figures that I haven't ever had before. Silly
but
stuff.
Like nothing I can truly say I want and must have. Are there things we need? Sure, there's always things you need, you know, but do they define who I am as a person? No, none of it does. None of it. And, you know, that's what it comes down to. It comes down to the people that you can call because you want to have a good conversation, and the people that you can call when you need to count on someone, when you need someone to be there on your side. And those people are very rare and hard to find. And if you have one, cherish it. Because one person that will be there for you when you need it is worth 100 people. One person that will be there when you need him is worth anything. And that's what it comes down to, what we need, not what we want.
Well, because you already have everything. You are everything. Yeah. There's this weird dichotomy that people, it's there. You're not aware of it. You are it. This is why when someone says something to me and I'm like, dude, you're fucking playing victim. I'm literally that guy that you're not going to be able to do that with. I get it. I do understand the bottom. I do understand what they're doing. I do understand the laws and the distractions and the bullshit and the fucking drama. I understand. And through my experience that I got wisdom out of, I learned to fuck off. I backed out and just said, that's it. I'm done. No Jets, no Giants, no Yankees, no Knicks. Don't give a fuck.
No, doesn't matter anymore.
I don't care anymore. I only want awesome. And the only way, what is awesome? I don't know. But I know when I looked externally for awesome, I didn't find it. I found Paula.
Right. How do you feel? How does it make you feel?
I found her after I was loving me. Oh, so I had to become awesome. This is what I recognized about Paula. In the time that the cat version of Paula came to me when I was still with my ex getting thrown out at that apartment to when I met her, I was becoming this self-sustaining character. I was on that path.
You were.
And then it took time with the relationship to work itself the right way, but it did work the right way.
Yeah, just took time.
So here's the thing. There's a few tricks to the trade, right? First of all, are you forcing it? No? Is it a good thing? Yeah. Are you trying to control it? I hope not. No, I'm not trying to control it. Is it growing? Is it fun? Is it great?
Okay.
Yeah. Don't put a, well, that's too much now. Just calm yourself. Let someone live a little. Be there as the comforting other half, not the, there's a way to be negative and positive about this, like crab in the bucket. Like, I don't think you could, I don't think you could do this. I don't think we can do, I don't think we could. Like Paul will tell me, stop putting a fucking price tag on it. Take the price tag off and just say it.
Right.
Oh, that would be fat then. Yes. See, look how that changed.
You stopped yourself.
You didn't.
You put a restriction on it.
How much is that house again? $2 million. What? Like, I'm gonna have fucking $2 million, right?
No, we're getting an idea. We're just looking at a house. We're just looking
but
at a house. You don't even like the house.
If you're already shutting it down,
right?
You don't even know the next steps. Like, she could be trying to teach me something, but I'm already like, rah, 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 rah. No. I go and I take a look and I go, oh, wait a second. well, if I could afford, I've never seen that before. So that's pretty awesome. You imagine if it was like that? Well, yeah, I can imagine. I think it's pretty cool. Well, we can do that.
We can do that.
We can do that. And it's like it goes into the vortex. Now, I'm still sitting in my one bedroom. This is the problem that my mom has sometimes, right? She's like, well, it's happening right now. And it's like, no, calm down. It's going into the vortex. It's not happening right now, but in a now moment, it's going to occur.
Right.
But I'm keeping that frequency. So it's a good thing. Oh, look at that kitchen. I like that. Oh, that looks dope with that. Oh, I like that. Put that in the vortex. Or this chair looks dope. Put it in the vortex. Or here's
save it for later.
Save it for later. How about ones for now? I'm sitting with Paula, and she was, every time she fucking screams, I need something to love, things start showing up.
Yeah, I don't say that anymore.
I need a dog.
The last time I screamed, we need to get a dog. And
I'm like, yo.
His mother got a dog.
She was yelling something the other day. I was like, yo, shut the fuck up. But we sat here.
Oh, what was they saying the other day?
I don't even remember. I was like, dude, don't say another word because you keep asking for it. That shit keeps happening. And I had been doing this myself, but there's something to both of us, like looking in at something and going, bro, like this is our family.
Right.
All these weirdos. This is our family.
Right.
And it doesn't matter. It's our family. So we were focused. And look, man, universe, I need help. We need assistance with information on how to get everyone in this fucking room and out here healthy. Because problems are getting too big. Right. Can we handle this?
And they were like, sure you can.
The next morning, the MMS information came through.
No. Before that, it was colloidal silver that night, remember?
Well, that night.
Start the colloidal silver. That was the message.
Well, you got that message. Yes. I got the message with the MMS. I was going, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
And they were like, well, you asked for the information.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, wait a second. It works like that, huh?
Yes.
And they're like, the two of you are focused, like, we need your help.
Yes.
And they're like, look, you already have the information.
Look, it looked
we'll
like
help you access
it. Looked like World War II here. Okay. We had Frank opens up once a month. We have to give them all flea medicine because some of them don't stay. They just come in and eat. So it was time to administer the flea medicine. Frank opened up 12 packages of flea medicine. Okay. I have a list with everyone's name and the date, and we check them off as they were coming in. It takes 2 days to administer all of the flea medicine. And it's like, there's just, as they're lining up, it's like, okay, 1 down, check the name, 2 down, check the name. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But these are the lengths we are willing to go. If you want to stay in the house, no fleas. You want to stay, no dead things and no fleas.
No spraying, no scratching the furniture.
Right. They're
we have a couple of rules here.
Right. And you must be dry. You have to let me tell you.
Oh, yeah. No running around wet.
And usually they comply, or you can't stay. That's the rule, right?
Comply, or I will make you comply.
We do the best we can. But, and this is what we do for our 6 stupid little family, okay? We love them, all right? They're dummies, okay? They're all,
but there's got to be a better way. That's what we're getting at. There's got to be more. I can't afford the vet, but I can't afford the doctor and the vet.
Right. So
1 month,
what?
We're behind 5 months.
And we're not complaining because
no. This is everything in life. You guys got to take my story.
It's the same thing as
and
your
look at your story and go.
Zoe and Grayson need braces. Okay, wait till they get that call. Okay, because your brother's gonna want to kill himself then. Okay, but it's coming. You know what I mean? It's coming. It's the same thing here. Okay, like. My sister actually, and please, I'm telling a story. Please do not buy me a phone. People, we love you.
Go ahead.
What's the matter?
You don't have to.
What's happening?
You don't have to justify and say, don't buy me a phone.
Oh, I don't.
She manifested a fucking phone.
I manifested a phone.
Just tell him that.
So I was going to buy.
Everything
I have
she
to
starts
buy.
Yapping about starts coming true.
I have to. I don't know
why I'm yelling. I felt like somebody shot me in the head.
Phone.
A second ago. Whoever's fucking around me, cut it out.
Does not ring in the house. I have to stand outside to make a phone call. It's horrible. The only way I know you call is if you text me and say, call me back, please. Okay. And this has been going on for months. Okay. But last month.
She has an iPhone 5.
I have an iPhone 5. So the month before, okay, Oscar has been going to the vet since April. Okay. We just got Bear from the vet. Roxy had to go to the vet. This one has to go to the vet. That one, it's ridiculous.
This one's
Okay.
got gingivitis. This
So
one has a tumor. This
Every
one.
month, it's like, I'm not gonna make the call yet to get the phone. It's just one of those things. It's not important to
We
me.
all do this. People do this
Right.
with their children all the time.
Right.
I'm not going to get what I want, so you can get what you need.
Exactly. And Frank and I are okay with that. But I do keep saying there's enough in the universe for everyone. There's enough. So the funny thing is, I manifested a phone because my sister called me literally yesterday, and she was like, I am done. You said you were ordering this phone. You didn't order this phone yet. I'm ordering it. She was on the website while we were having the conversation. She's like, it's being sent to your house on Monday. Like, you're getting a new phone. And I was like, okay, thank you. She was like, do you want a case? I was like, no. She was asking me about all the accessories. Like, no, just the phone. Thank you very much for the phone. Went out to dinner the other night. My best friend ended up paying for dinner. I didn't ask her to. I went to the bathroom. She paid for dinner, which is going to lead into the Aya story. I've been manifesting everything that we need.
It's everything.
Everything.
All right, look.
And Frank is seeing it, because the only way Frank will believe it is if you show it to him.
No,
And
I'm on that.
No, I know you're on
I'm
it now.
the one watching you go through it.
Oh, I know.
So for me, I'm like,
Huh.
That's 1. That's 2.
That's
3.
three. Yeah.
That's 4.
It's weird.
It's
weird.
out of control. You should try it.
It
but
is. It's just weird stuff. So, I mean, and it's that easy. Like, you can't, like, I joke around all the time with you. You can't look for something that you think is lost. If you think it's lost, you have to forget about it for a moment and then walk away, and then you find it because you don't consider it lost. It's just the law of nature. Like, it's a law of attraction. You can't, you don't look for something that's lost, because in your mind it's gone. You can't find it.
I made a joke. I called her the great magnetic attractor.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because you really got to watch. And it goes back to what I talked about in earlier shows, when I was shown on the other side what true manifestation was.
Oh,
they were like, okay, you ready? I'm like, okay, what? And they're like, think of something. And I watched Shaman Jimmy go through some shit, literally shit, because he was like, what's this shit? And boof, shit everywhere. I was like, oh, this is nasty. So I thought of squirrels. I love squirrels. And then I was surrounded by fucking squirrels. And the whole room fell. And they were like, stop thinking. And I blanked out, like, oh, they're yelling at me. What did I do? And no squirrels. They just disappeared. And they're like, you see what I'm saying? You got to take the thought and just be like, okay, you like the squirrel? Squirrel. That's it.
Right.
Just that.
Right.
Don't not. The squirrel does this. The squirrel. Shh. And I'm going, oh, this is intense. And I'm trying to hold it. And I'm looking at the squirrel, and I'm seeing the squirrel upside down in all kinds of weird places. I'm like, yo, this is pretty cool. And he's like, all right, go ahead. And I go, okay, he's got a Jets jersey. Like, it was, and he's got a hat that says fearless, right? And then it was, hold on to it. I'm like, all right, check this out. Instead of nuts, he smokes blunts. So he shows up on the windowsill every day, and he's like, what's up? You want to watch the game and smoke blunts? And I'm like, what? He's like, well, that's what's up. And I'm like, you got weed? And he's like, I do. So instead of nuts, he pulls out a bag of weed.
Yeah, he's like, I got weed. You got nuts?
And I'm like, holy fuck, this is how it works. And he's like, hold the thought.
Hold it.
Don't start creating other things. Like, if you start thinking other squirrels and all this, and it just goes. So that's your mind. It's our mind. It's just teaching me the way my mind needs to have it taught. But now you go through this. Okay. Now there's power and potency behind it. See, we have a lot of loose thoughts, right? We say a lot of words that have no, they don't mean anything. It's either just in that frequency, because I got to be heard. So, or words die off, right? Like, yo, the man, dude, yo, bro. It's just nonsense shit, right? But then when you mean something, I love you, right? You're like, wait, he meant that. Yeah. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I felt it. I love it.
Hear it. Yeah.
The intensity behind that. And I'm not making fun of anyone. I'm just saying, realize what's coming out of your mouth, but once you get that under control, realize what's going on in your mind and get
Right.
that under control.
Right.
You might not
Because
be able to
if
do
what
both
you're
at the same
saying
time.
and what you're feeling are two different things, it can never happen. If you're saying, I believe I can, I believe it will be, but you're feeling there's no way in hell this can happen,
You lost.
you're lost
It
because
does.
you're
The
not
universe
believing
does
it. So
not
then
understand that.
you start small. Like Frank, for one example, Frank wanted a workbench, right? And
Oh, it was so weird. And I got the exact one I wanted. It was the
Yes.
fucking weirdest thing.
yes, just that's one example.
I needed a workbench table, something. And I was just going to buy one from fucking, not a workbench table. I was just going to buy a fold out like this, the one we're using here, and call it a day and say, look, it's $30 or whatever. I don't care. And
Nope.
then
I
I
said,
had saw all this stuff online and
Mhm.
all this other shit happened in my world where
Right.
it caused me to go maybe spend some money, do some work
Mhm.
on property
Right,
and do some
right.
weird shit. And then it was like, hey, what do you want for your birthday?
right,
And then I just looked over and I was like,
Right.
I could really use a workbench.
right,
And which one? And I just thought to myself,
right,
wow, this is perfect timing. And I kept hearing from, I guess, myself going, it's time to accept love. It's time to, because
Right.
I'll sometimes go, no, I'll handle my own shit.
right.
And I said,
Mhm.
no, I want that
That
one
one.
right there. 2 days later, I had it.
Mhm.
I was like, holy shit, this is exactly
The
and
one you wanted,
wait, I love it.
right?
I look once
Yeah, your
this
mom got
yard's
it for you.
complete.
Yeah, I
Which my
know.
mother's like, I'm going to give you work in the backyard. I go, I'm going to give me fucking work till the backyard's complete. Then I'll create. I
Right,
can't do anything when there's no cement on the floor and you've been
Right.
breaking up dirt and there's a dog running around and everybody's like, hey, don't touch that shit. We got to lay cement. I don't want to be back there for that shit. When that shit is done, I start building little things for around the yard.
right.
And
Practice.
thus it goes. Exactly. But now I have my workspace. It was manifesting in tools I wanted, things I needed.
Mhm.
So I was told, surround myself with all the things that make me happy.
Right.
Listen to me. To some of you, there's guys out there that think I'm a fucking dummy for this and think I'm stupid. And there's girls out there that say, you know what? He had me until he pulled out fucking Baby Yoda. And then I'm like, now I'm totally not, he's totally unfuckable now, right? He's got Baby Yoda and he's got, wait. Oh, Cobra Commander. I'm looking around. So wait, so there's Juggernaut, Megatron, Nimrod, Cobra Commander, Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, Apocalypse, Hydra Bob. Wait a second. I'm surrounded by fucking villains here. Dark Beast, right? Because these are all my bitches.
Oh,
right?
Bill Burr, you're bringing it back. Okay.
These
All
are,
right.
listen, every single one of these things were something I conquered. Right? The Apocalypse. He's right here. He
Right.
looks just like me with the stupid face. Right? Like, I'm going to eat
Right.
your fucking soul. Ah,
Right.
no, you're not.
Look,
Sit down. The mob boss. You didn't get me. My whole family's attached to weird shit. You didn't get me.
I think a lot of
Cobra
I think
Commander,
a lot of
terrorist?
women
Nope.
forget.
Hydra Bob.
you know,
Hydra. That's the reptilian
Right.
fucking agenda. Nope.
right.
The AI, Nimrod. Nope. The Crimson Gem of Sidorak. You gotta put the demon's
Right.
fucking gem in your chest. Nope. Dark Beast, the alternate timeline of this fucking jerk off. Nope, not happening. It's just not gonna happen. Right? So now you prostrate yourself before me, and what do you do? What do you do? You hold my fucking Sharpie for autographs, bitch. Right now, I know this sounds like, oh, what are you doing? It's like, no, I have to live convinced.
Right.
What does it take, Frank?
Mhm.
Frank, what does it take?
What does it take?
Does Frank need Shiva? Does Frank need
Mhm.
Jesus? Does Frank need his higher self? Does Frank need Paula? Does Frank, what do you need? I'm like,
Mhm.
well, I didn't have these guys growing up. I like them. And I conquered each one of them somehow.
Right.
And it's like you're calling to me, and now they're small. They're in front of me. I can puppet them and go, oh, that's me on
Mhm.
that level. Oh.
Right.
You get no connection to the,
Mhm.
right? Like the AI, the tentacles, like they're attaching and everything. We got to learn to go like this. Blick, 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 blick. Nope. Paula does this thing when she's like gives up her contracts. Like, I'm done signing off on this shit. It almost looks like she's shaving. Now imagine a razor with 10 blades on it. Like the way I shave my head on Michael
Mhm.
Jordan used to do the shave
Mhm.
commercials, right? Imagine like fucking many razors that just lay across your aura, and it's your light scraping away
Right,
any
and
of
all
these
that crap,
fucking
yeah.
tentacle connections to drama, bullshit, contracts, you name it. You name it, because it's yours. I can't tell you what's in yours. I can tell you what's in mine. Sometimes I don't even know what's in mine. That's why when you're like, but what's going to happen? I don't know. I just know what I'm being shown. And then now this is going to bring us into the next part of the show. Through discernment, what the fuck is going on? I only know what I see. I know what I feel. I know what I know.
You do. You know how you feel.
My gnosis,
Yeah.
or as I would say in grade school, what does that say? Gnosis?
Mhm.
With
Well,
gonus?
look, if it feels good, it's good. If it feels bad, it's bad. Those are the things we're taught when we're little. How does it make you feel? It
Mhm.
makes me feel good. Okay, well, that's good. How does that make you feel? That makes me feel bad. Okay, well, don't do that again if it makes you feel bad, right? Those are two premises. Why do we lose that? How many relationships did you sleepwalk through and you were miserable? Because I know I was. You were, and you can't figure out why you're there. You're like, why am I here? Why am I here? Is it because I don't want to be alone? Or is it because I really don't think I have anywhere else to be? Why am I here? But we don't ask ourselves that a lot because we get scared.
Should I give my answer? Not because I could do that for as example.
Oh,
So because people wonder, why am I here?
Oh,
So I have an
okay.
answer for people to help them.
Okay.
Why are you here? I'm here alone by myself. Frank, I've never been able to talk to, I don't know why I'm saying like William Shatner. I don't know why I haven't been able to talk to anyone. Right. And then I found you guys, but I still am in a place and at a time and a spot where it's, oh, you're here to anchor the light. You are important. You're here because others couldn't be here.
Right.
Because they were
Right.
scared. You are truly fearless just for being here. That's right. Just for being here. Whether you think you're a fuck up or not, because guess what? You could think everyone's judging you all fucking day up and down. When you stop judging yourself, you put yourself in a position where others won't judge you no more. Because when they start playing Judgy McJugfuck, it just bing, bounces right off. No connection.
Right.
There's no port here for you to plug into, motherfucker.
Right. You're not. You can't stay here.
And I love
you. You can't feed off me. You can't stay here.
You can't.
No, you're not welcome
See,
here.
I'm not going to run from you, vampire. I'm fucking Daywalker.
Right.
Check this out.
You run from
I
me.
show up.
Yeah. No, I
and
agree.
you go, and you try to connect. No. And I'm going to look at you and go, oh, that's how it is. And I'm just going to keep doing my thing.
Right.
And you are going to be destroyed by the light.
Right.
You're going to run. I'm not running nowhere.
But that's exactly what happened today. They had to leave. Now, normally, if I had more time, I would have entertained it, right? I would have entertained that being in the kitchen. I would have. If I had more time, I would have fed it like another cat. Right. I didn't have time today. Don't play with me when I'm not in the mood to play. There's work that has to get done sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't, but everyone has to understand. And you were explaining it pretty well, too. You were saying like the veil is so thin for us now, like all of us now, that we're so much closer to those other beings than we are normally. Like I was making a joke and I mean, most of you will get this. I was like, oh God, Frank, which one of our friends died because they were literally knocking something out of my hand? And I made a joke. I said, which one of our friends do you think passed away? Because it's like, it was like they wanted me to know they were there. And he said, Paula, it could be any one of them.
It could be anyone, anything.
And but that's where my mind went, because it was like teenage boys. That's what it was like, little boys.
Because
being silly, being stupid.
First of all, this month, wedged between two moons, I almost feel like the two towers and you crossing in between.
Right.
When you cross in between, it blends. We are blending.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We've had once a year the blending moments here at different moments where we can see the other side from, we're just standing here. We're like, we could see what here is over there.
Yeah, it's
where you're
weird.
Like,
yeah.
this is an open road in one of the
It is
spots,
an open
and they
road,
fucking
and it's
do
just
like these
reptilians
walks.
walking through. Yeah, it's like it looks
You
like
could
that
see
scene
from one
in.
side to the other.
Yeah, it's just open. It's
They
just
come
road.
right through.
It's just gravelly road.
That's it, like Mad Max style.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
Then they're just walking and they're chained, and then there's warrior class and big ones that look
Yeah,
like,
and they're told
and
not
they
to
can
look.
see
They're,
you.
they're told not to look up.
And you can see that they don't get for some reason, I don't want to call it the hive mind, but it is. It's like maybe they're set up to just listen like that or something. I don't know, because they follow the order.
Yeah.
Because one
Yeah.
will go, I'm looking right at you, and it's gigantic, and it looks at me like not harmful, like
Mhm.
look what's here, and they go,
Right.
don't pay attention to him.
Right, look down.
And I'm like,
don't pay
oh,
attention.
you see
Mhm.
me, but that dude's got a weapon on him, and he's pushing everyone forward. So I've seen that, and I've seen pilgrimages. I've seen it where there's like people just coming through constantly, these reptilians going from one side to another. Anyway, so this blending is happening
Mhm.
between the two moons. I think it's like open season for the blending.
Mhm.
Does that make any sense? Like the new energies are coming
Oh,
in and
yeah.
twisting with you. You're like
No,
learning to
yeah,
make love to
because
it,
we're
but at
close-
first
yeah.
it's like when you first start, I don't know, anyone that's taken mushrooms knows the weird feeling that comes about them.
Mhm.
But at this stage, it's not really, like, for me, it's not a weird feeling. Like it turns into, no, that's your activation. You're like, oh, it feels creepy and whatever. Ooh, I don't know what that is. They're like, you're opening up.
Right.
Like you literally are closed down. So this feeling you're supposed to be having all the time that actually feels good, but you're too weirded out by it, and you're like, I don't know what this is. It's alien to me, and must be the mushrooms from outer space. It's like, no, motherfucker, you're from outer space and inner space.
Right, they're from here. Yeah.
Right. Look. You're opening
Mhm.
and adjusting to the reality.
Right.
That's it. And you're like, wait a second. What do you mean opening and adjusting to reality?
We had it happen.
I thought
to
I'm
us.
in reality.
We
and they're
had
like,
it
no,
happen
you're
to
in
us
your
this
reality.
week with the Aya. We both got very, very sick.
All right. So you want me to just jump to the Aya? I'll tell the mushroom story later.
What? Oh, you were going to tell a mushroom story? Go ahead, tell
Well,
that. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
tell
I'll go right to the things. For those people out there that do shamanic work or whatever, whenever you reduce something, when it comes to like ayahuasca, and you put the ayahuasca on your stove, you have to have fans on because you're reducing an amount of liquid that's ridiculous. So we have a pot that's gigantic, right? Something you'd see in a
That's like a 10-quart pot or an 8. Yeah, it's like a 10-quart
fucking
pot.
huge. So you have to drop that a few times to like a little bit of liquid, right? And then mix those together, reduce that, and then you got your jammy. Okay. The window is coming in this way, so we had to close the window a little bit so the pilot would stay on. So we had everything on, and plus I had the plug-in. What do they call it? The stove, the induction stove.
Induction stove, yeah.
We had the induction stove plugged in, and the Aya was going for 30 hours on and off. Like I would shut it off after 11 hours to give it a break.
Yeah, so it was like 3 or 4 days of it on for like
Non-fucking
10
stop.
hours a day. Yeah.
Holy shit. So I was doing this thing because one of the machines broke. The magic butter machine was old, and it wasn't keeping temperature. So I'm like, I'm going back old school, old style. So I'm just going to put it up on the oven.
Right.
Boom. So I had
And-
the flame on. I had this
using
oven
the
plugged in.
thermometer. Yeah.
So I'm just running back and forth, doing all kinds of crazy shit. And I just kept pouring water in and filling it up so it would reduce down. And then I fucking poured in. Yo. At some point during the night, it hit me. I sat in the chair. I started throwing up. I was like, oh my God. I ran inside. I started purging. I was like, I just had fucking pizza. And I started realizing it was the Aya.
It happened to me too. I went out to dinner. You drove me. Frank drove me to dinner. With I went to see one of my best friends. I haven't seen her. I saw her once during COVID. She came here for an afternoon visit. But we hadn't gone out to dinner until the week before everything shut down. So that was in March. And I was so excited and so looking forward to this dinner. I had made the reservation a week in advance because I was worried that something was going to happen and we weren't going to be able to meet. and so excited that this was happening. About an hour before I'm getting ready to leave, I'm feeling very nauseous and I'm feeling very dizzy and I'm feeling very lightheaded. And I'm saying, okay, I think it's the Aya. And now Frank's saying, no, it can't be the Aya. Oh, wait a minute. I'm feeling nauseous and I'm feeling dizzy and I'm feeling the same way. So I said, am I driving myself or are you driving me? Because I think I'm going to want to have a drink. So now that passes, right? So he's like, no, I'll drive you this way. If you want to have a drink, I'll pick you up. No problem. So I said, okay. So now I think it's because I'm hungry that I felt a little stomach issue, right? So we get in the car and Frank's driving me. And as we're getting further and further away from the house, I'm feeling better. So I was like, oh, maybe it was just me. Maybe I'm just hungry. Maybe, I get to the restaurant and I hear Aya and she says, you're not having any alcohol. And I went, okay, no problem, because she made my stomach do flip-flop. And I was like, I've been waiting for this night for so long. You're
not doing this to me tonight.
I'm not ruining it. If you say no alcohol, I'm okay with that, because I'm okay with that, and I had no alcohol, but I pooped like a champ when it was all over. And I was like, Frank, she got me again. And he goes, well, that's what happens, that's what happens. And we have to keep the windows open more. So now he picks me up and I get him 2 slices of pizza because he doesn't want restaurant food. He didn't want me to bring him home restaurant food. So I get him 2 slices of pizza and he comes home and we're talking and he eats the pizza and he's like, oh my God, she got me again too. And it was a wrap.
Throwing up.
It was a wrap.
It was the fucking weirdest experience. I said,
yeah.
Oh, I feel nauseous. Wait, I got this. I sat down. I said, I must be hungry. I'll drink some water.
Yeah.
Nope. Ran into the bathroom and it just,
yeah.
And you go, really?
Yeah.
That's an ayahuasca.
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
You're like, what the fuck?
That's what happened to me. It was like that.
It is the eye.
That is not staying.
But I ate.
Yes.
I was like, I had 2 Sicilian slices.
Not
what the fuck?
in you.
I'm so sorry. And she's like, no, it's cool. And I'm like, what? She's like, it's cool.
So I said to Frank after it was over, I said, because
I couldn't sleep.
Dell and Joe were drinking. You couldn't sleep. Remember,
you
even went in there. Day. Yes, you talked yourself into the next morning. He was talking on the phone. Was it Thursday night?
I used all my words.
Thursday night or Friday night? No, Thursday night. And I fell asleep on the couch. And then his dad FaceTimes him. It's like
my dad figured out FaceTime.
Dad figured us out FaceTime. So now they're talking and they're giggling like girls. And now I could hear his father because he's on speaker, right? So now I get up off the couch.
So funny. He goes, hey, Frank, can I see you? Hey, Frank.
Can you see me?
This is Dad. Come in. You could see me. Can you see my bald head and it's shining in your screen? I go, oh, what the fuck's up, man? And he goes, you could see me. Right? I'm like, yo, back away from the camera. He goes, hey, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like a little big you and the big me. I go,
so they're like girls having a conversation, like they never talk to each other on the phone. Okay. Like they're going to braid hair next. Neither of them have any hair. So I'm on the couch now it's like an hour goes by and I'm listening to this shit and I'm like, oh, I gotta get up. Meanwhile, I'm under like 14 cats, right? So I get up and he's walking back and forth. He sounds like a little girl and he's going, say hi to my dad, say hi. And his dad's waving to me on FaceTime. And I'm like, look, you woke me up. I'm going to bed. And now I'm not mad or anything, but I'm going to bed, right? And he's talking, right? 4 a.m. comes. 4 a.m. I come out of the bedroom like a bear that has come out of hibernation. And Frank is still sitting here watching whatever he's watching on the internet. And I'm like, we have a lot of
shout outs to Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
I was watching the
cabin.
Oh,
yeah. The cabin.
The show.
Yeah. So who gets sucked in? 4 a.m. So now
I couldn't stop laughing.
I'm like, why aren't you
I needed something.
Yeah, no, he can't. He talked himself into the next morning.
I'm going to tell you guys what happened.
He talked himself into Friday a.m.
Talking about like the generalization of it. I fucking tripped balls straight through the next day. and then I had to put the Aya back on.
Right.
And then this is dumb. This is Frank Dummy. I want to introduce. Do you know my friend Frank Dummy? Check this out.
You're not dumb.
No, I'm not dumb. Frank Dummy does some dummy shit. So I lean over. I'm like, is this the Aya doing this to me? Because I don't know why I'm still asking this stupid question. So I lean over and it's really reducing and it's like chocolatey looking and you're just oh, and I stick my face in the pot. Now the pot used to be filled. Now it's not.
Yeah.
And it's steaming like, and I go, okay, Aya, if you're going to do it, just get it over with. And I stick my face in the pot and start breathing. And I just back away. I come in here. I'm like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And then I'm like talking to her. And then I remember saying, I got to go lay down. I got to lay down for a little bit. I had been doing stuff and then I laid down. Now, this kind of is backwards from the mushroom experience, but I lay down. And, okay, so ever since we got back with Ellen and I had my experience during her Aya experience, I've been going in to check the information nonstop, right? So it's like 7 times now. Like I've just said, hey, I'm doing this. I'm going in right now. Bye. One being this ayahuasca one that just lasted it lasted hours upon hours. The purging was there and everything. And it was like, whoa. Every single time I've discerned and looked at this stuff from a slightly different perspective, it's all true, all real, all real. So that means a lot of people's interpretations because it's just where you're looking at it from, where you're panned in from.
Oh, absolutely.
Some people are here, even though they're listening to the show and they think they're up here, but then Frank thinks he's up here, but he's really over here.
Right.
And Paula's like, bro, I never get scared or nothing, but that person, she's over here. Like we don't know. Like we're all in different spots in different classes in the university. So I've been panning into this and I'm like, yo, so Aya, what happened to me the other day with shrooms, is that real? Now it had to do with me seeing the new Jerusalem StarShip that was like gigantic. And then going in there and working. Every time I had eaten mushrooms since then, I've been on the ship. And I'm like, oh, every time I fall asleep, I'm back on the ship. Right. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm having vivid dreams of this. And then she was like, yeah, check this out. And now they've been teaching me.
Because they're trying to take the awe out of it for you.
All right. They've been teaching me. Can I just jump back a little bit because this totally makes sense. I ate mushrooms the other day, a nice little chunk, penis envy, right? Right. I just fucking was like, I'm eating this. Bong. Didn't think anything of it. An hour passed. Then we started doing some stuff around, doing dishes, throwing out garbage.
Yeah.
And then I hear it. Remember I said I felt it immediately when I took it, but it didn't feel like it was going to rock my world. It fucking took me at one point, and I was like, I'm going to lay down. I have to. And I was laying down, and then I was doing these weird, I was talking to Della about this. I'd be like the contortions.
Doing the weird body movements, yeah.
Right, but this weird shit was happening, so I'd see a flash of light. And then someone's talking to me like I'm sitting on an operating table almost, something like that. And then they're like, hold on. Then I could feel the constriction of not being able to move, like something was locked into place. But then I hear zip, 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 and then I'm like, what the fuck are those noises? Almost like tones you'd hear in a pit, in a car, where they're in a race,
in a pit crew,
and in a phone when it's like, right, like it's like a mixture of the two. So it made me feel like what's happening, and then it was released, so I'd be able to move. But then I couldn't do this, and then it was restricting me here, and I was turning and turning. They were like, just relax, just breathe. All right. Almost like I was wearing Iron Man armor, and they were releasing me from it, right? And they're like, you're not going to need this ever again, ever, never. So I'm like, I didn't even know I had it. So I'm like, I thought we were done with this shit. And they were like, no.
No, you have to look at it 10,000
You guys are
different
moving
ways.
at a
Yeah, it's
pace.
an exponential rate.
So we're getting rid of all of these
All of it,
layers. So
right.
I'm like, dude, I can't fucking breathe, man. I'm having problems with my breathing. They're like, yep, how's your heart? I'm like, heart, arteries, balls, fucking asshole, everything fucking hurts. What the fuck is going? Yeah, hold on a second. Don't move.
Mm-hmm.
Zip, 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 zip. Oh my gosh, I feel great. The pain in my neck immediately was gone. Just pains, aches, this, that. I'm like, hey, do you mind getting this while you're there? Haha, making the joke. Boom, done. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is going on here? They're like, hold on. I go through the whole process. It takes about an hour. And then I'm laying there. I'm like, okay. And then, oh, I'm just sitting on the ship. And they're like, take this. They handed me, I say they, I don't know who the fuck it was because I was seeing what was presented directly in front of me. And I couldn't see what was over there. But I could hear them almost like they're looking in at me. And I was given a glass pad.
Yeah, like an iPad.
It was smaller than this. Not much, though. Not much smaller. The iPad mini. And they're like, this is the phone you're getting. This is the computer you're getting. You're still going to have your shit, but this is what you're getting. And I'm like, I've used these before. I talked about them on the show. And they're like, yeah, you talked about it on the show. You've been up here every night training on this shit. So guess what? Training just went live, sir. Pick it up. So I take it and I'm like, all right, I have no clue how to activate this. He goes, this is your equipment. They were going, this is yours. Like, no, I'm not giving you my stuff, Frank.
That's designated for you.
This is literally your shit. So I'm like, okay, I get it. I take it and I go, yeah, I don't know what to do with it. I put my hand on it and turn it, and it just turns on. It starts like this big, almost like a little thing right in front of me. So they're like,
good girl, Rob.
With this, you can access any information. You can call anyone. You could look at anything ever. And I'm like, what do you mean anything ever? They're like, everything that's ever been that's been recorded ever, you can see on this. Now, here's the deal. You got to train you on this because you see how that opens? And I was like, yeah, you could whoop, and it just opened.
Right.
So now I'm holding this glass and the entire room turns red and it's like standing in the universe. It's very fucked up feeling. Like, where did the room go? I could feel the floor, but when I looked down, it was space and it was this red color. And I was going, like, whoa, what the fuck? And they're like, dude, turn it down. And the picture kind of folded in on itself and I could just see it in front of me. And there's the room back again. I'm like, oh, you telling me I could just put the They're like, you talked about it, Frank, on your show. Just open it up. I'm standing in it again. They're like, how you doing? I'm like, not too bad. They're like, you getting the hang of this? I go, dude, I feel like like my sensations were completely fucking off from playing with this. And they go, we need to show you this live specifically for you. Ready? The scariest thing in the world. You're the one that's afraid of sharks, right? Even though you got over your fear and all that, right? You turn that knob and you're underwater. You're not actually underwater, but you will be seeing it as if you were in the water with everything in the water. Everything in the water. So whatever you're accessing, you're going to see. So if you access a battlefield, a battle scenario, you want to see reptilians attacking the lion beings, you watch that shit, you're going to be in the fucking room with them. And they're going to just be running around and you're going to witness it because that's how this is done. If you're looking from that perspective, you can raise yourself up. You could look from here. You could look from there. But when you're just pressing buttons, button presser, all of a sudden you're standing 30,000 feet above something and you're like, what the fuck is happening? And you kind of lose sight of what you're doing. You're holding a transparent pad in your hand. And you start to go, I don't know what to do. You give yourself a heart attack. So we're here to show you that not to do that.
Right.
Tone it down. Okay. That was my experience with the mushrooms. and everything attached to that and having to deal with it. Now we jump to Aya,
Right.
and I said, Aya, was that real? She was like, oh, you're playing with the iPad, the smart glass pads. That's what you guys like to call them. I go, I didn't make that up. I heard that from this guy over here. And then it's kind of in the super consciousness. They're like that. Well, that's what it's called. And I'm like, so this is real. As real as you being knocked unconscious on the bed and having to deal with this right now. And I go, yeah, this is pretty fucking real. As I know, I'm on the bed flopping like a tuna fish, right? Like it becomes that subjective thing. But Aya, so I have a smart glass pad. This was the thing. And we're going on a ship. You're standing on it. I go, no, I'm projecting into something. So this is subjective to me. I'm taking psychedelics. Right? Like I just ingested a gallon of wafting
Ayahuasca.
yeah, it's like standing with your face in front of the humidifier, right?
Yeah, it's a
It's just
fixed vapor
blowing
rub,
in your
yeah.
fucking face, right? And not realizing you a dummy. What are you doing? And I've done it multiple times where I'm just I even said to Paula, is it making the walls brown? And she goes, yeah, all that stuff is from you.
We gotta clean that. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. She's like, no, it's
Sorry.
not a big deal.
It's all right.
Yeah, I was saying that if they don't clean the walls, the next people,
Yeah.
even if they scrubbed, the eye is embedded
Which
in the
is
home,
good. That's what you want.
and it anchors us
It's a
in.
protection. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it didn't have that.
Nope.
It like we scraped the walls here, and we had fucking
Demons. Yeah, it was horrible.
It was like a nightmare scenario in this apartment. You know, come to think about it, we turned this place,
I know,
which is on the ley line,
I know,
out of a nightmare scenario,
I know,
and out of horror into the most loving
I know.
area. You try to explain to someone too, like, yo, by taking care of the cats here the way we did, it's cheaper by getting them all fixed than getting them murdered. If you just get them fixed,
right,
it'll handle itself in a few seasons or whatever.
Well, that's what you prevent. You prevent
new
because
seasons with
you
a
saw
million
what
more
happened
cats.
when we were trying to get the mamas. We were trying to get the mamas, but they had already had babies, but we didn't see any of the babies yet. They were hidden. And when I was on vacation with your mom, that's when all the babies came. And thank you, Ethan. Thank you. That's
so
very
much.
sweet of you.
We love you. Now sending positive vibes to you.
So we couldn't work fast enough with nature to, but yeah, if you don't do something about it, you colonize an area basically. I mean, we had, 5, I think it was 3 mamas or 5 altogether that we had to get spayed. And then there were 7 babies that had to get spayed and neutered. It was like a living nightmare, but it was also like the most fun time ever. But hey, Roxy, why you run?
There are different ways to handle that situation, and we come from one where
Right,
it can be
so-
handled, and you don't have to murder.
But
everything.
it's every situation, like Frank and I, like every situation we try to wish for the best possible outcome. Highlight of my trip. So sweet.
Rudy.
So sweet. I hope school is going well for you. What was I saying?
About what?
I just got all thrown off by Rudy.
That's okay.
I just respect the people that really want to help themselves. This is a guy who had very serious decisions to make in life, and he took it into his own hands to see.
That's what this is all about.
Yeah,
now
just
there's
to see
no more
the options, see the other side, see that there's more out there than what is presented to you in front of your face. And he did that, and he's allowing that to be a tool in his tool belt that will help define the decisions that he makes in his life. And I think that's important.
It is.
And it means a lot to me, Oh, thank you, Della. Yeah, it really is the best department ever. I like I said, we were joking. Frank's friend Rich was here last night, and we were saying like it really is.
Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you, Nathan. You don't have to do that. Thank you. Thank you. That's very sweet.
We love you very much. Sending
do
you
love
positive
you.
vibes. And yes, what is our profession? Look, we're here to change the world.
Yeah.
We're not
little
here
by
to,
little.
I'm not here to ask permission no more.
No,
we're
it's
on a road of redemption. You can either fucking
Right.
read the story in a book, you could watch it on YouTube, or you could join in. Remember we talked about this last week? I turned the page on the cliffhanger and all of you were there.
right. It took my whole life to live my best life.
Well,
So
that's what it takes, right?
it took my whole life. So, if we can share something that makes a decision or an outcome or just anything for you that makes something easier for you, then we've done what we set out to do. Because there's a lot of we're in a very vulnerable position. I mean, anyone can say anything about anything. And we created this group and we created this show so that like-minded people could have a place to come and have these conversations and not be judged by other people. And I feel great about that. Frank feels great about that. The people in the group love the other people in the group, and the people in the group love to share information as well as receive information. And we all think that's wonderful. And everyone shares stories because everyone has a piece of this puzzle, but we're all not given the same pieces. And through our experience, that's how we realize we even have these pieces in our hands, because a lot of people don't know. Oh boy. Okay. Roxy did a poo-poo. So, we don't know that this is happening because we don't even realize we have any of the puzzle pieces until we talk to other people. And then we realize, wow, I'm not alone. I'm not out there by myself. I'm not the only one feeling ostracized and like an outcast because my views are slightly different. I'm not the one being judged by my other friends because, I want to spend my money rescuing animals. Are you okay? Are you going to make it? Come over here? It's okay. Don't hit the plant. Come over here.
Oh, Roxy.
Oh, I know. Roxy's toxic poop. Okay. Thank you, my love. Did you wash your hands really good?
I did wash my hands.
All right. I'm sorry
my
that
eyes
happened.
are stinging.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Oh, Jesus, in a space rocket.
Did you put the fan on in there?
Yeah, I did. Okay. I don't know how much that's going to... It's like I got to brush my teeth, but my toothbrush is in there wafting in that shit.
We have to use a peroxide.
Damn.
Okay. So this is where we are now.
So check this out. One of the major things while I was under, okay, parasite removal, layers of removal of things like judgy McJudgments,
cellular memory,
that need to leave. I remember looking at a demon and it was staring at me and I was like, and then I attacked him. I hugged him, like I jumped at him and hugged him, and he was like, I say he, I don't know what the fuck it was. It was like this giant head, and I grabbed it and I said, I fucking love you. Listen to me, and then it was like, no. Oh, and he just went backwards. And I was like, where'd that thing go? And it was like, no, it's gone. We're not dealing with this shit no more.
No. Like, now we're one and done. Let's go.
Never again.
Right.
You know what? Never again. That's why when people approach me, they're like, oh, the lizard, the reptilians. I'm like, they lost.
We're past that now.
I literally had them doing all kinds of fucked up shit to me, and then it stopped when I just showed them some DNA and shit. But it was, even then, it was like a last ditch effort to just be a fucking dick from here, because you can't get to me. I've told you every experience with these beings, and it's just like, nope, not gonna happen. It's not gonna go down in a negative way. And then it stopped, and I'm like, what's happening here? They're like, dude, all this shit's being removed. It's all scripted. Now it's just gonna play out. These beings knew they couldn't stop shit. They slowed it up. They try, they go for it. But when you point it out to them, how did you plan on stopping Source? Like, show me on this paper
Right. What's
Where's your
plan?
plan on stopping that?
Right.
And they're like, we don't have one. I'm like, why not? And they're like, because you can't. I'm like, oh, so you guys know. So this is scripted. You guys are actors. Yes and no. Right? You guys eat chicken wings. We eat humans,
we
human
have
wings.
to navigate through this 3D
I'm like,
life.
yo, what the fuck?
It's like we're mice.
There's this weird balance
in a
going on.
maze. Yeah. Yeah.
So you're the creator and you're the being and you're the shit, but you're also on the food chain.
Right.
Okay, so
Right, because you're going through this 3D experience.
right, so yeah, and there's rules here though.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so in the 3D, it's a little different. You could run up on someone and snuff them and stuff. You think you're getting away with it, but karma catches you on the other end. Trust me, it does. Right now, it's becoming more. When I say no, it's no. Right. When I say I want it, it happens. Right. If it's go time, it's time to go.
Because you've been putting in the work, and
but this is
now
the natural way of things.
Yes. The order of things.
We are evolving into the next layer,
because you
the
changed
next level.
your thinking.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Right. So each time around,
right, it gets easier and easier
to do the same exact shit.
Right.
And then once you're done with that, you realize, and you're just you're it. You're the all. You're the rad one. You're the awesome. And you start you feel it like in your heart. You don't go, well, Frank said it, so it must be true. No,
but
Frank don't need to tell you.
That's the way it is.
Maybe you activated through Frank. Maybe that's pretty cool, and I appreciate you. But you will become you the leader.
Yes, because today
leader.
Goes down is not my best day in history. However, with that being said, I accomplished everything I needed to accomplish today. So today also was a very good day because I succeeded.
Sounded like Ice Cube right there.
But it was a very good day. It was a very good day. But it was a very good day because I succeeded in everything I had to do. So it was a good day. Yes, it was a difficult day to get through. Yes, there were a lot of obstacles to overcome. Yes, there was a lot of freaky shit that happened. Yes, and there was a lot of inconveniencing happening. There was all that, all the 3D stuff I had to do.
Demon removal,
it
crazy
was.
days.
However, when I look at it at 11:15 p.m. on Eastern, when I look at it, I say, you know what? All that matters to me is I got what I needed to get done today. I got through the day. I succeeded in my day. I succeeded in my life today.
Yeah,
because I am not stuck where I was before. If I was stuck where I was before and I was still having that little girl fit kicking my feet in the bedroom, then I did not succeed.
And you're allowed to have those moments, by the way, without being judged.
But I passed it. I got through it. I pushed through it. And now I can say today was a good day because I got through it. If you would have asked me at 12 p.m., I would have been like, get away. Please don't even look at me. Like, don't look in my direction because you just might burn up. I don't know what's going to happen. But today was a success for me because I'm on the other side of it.
I understood that reference.
Yeah. I'm on the other side. So this Aya is going to kick ass because for 3 days when it was brewing, it's been on the stove, off the stove, on the stove. And I always fall asleep on the couch. Every night I fall asleep on the couch.
It is our job and our responsibility at this point.
But it is
no one saving anyone.
No, but it is definitely a strong brew because
all of that is in the brew.
I am going through. I have been working stuff out that I didn't even know was still.
This has been a week-long therapy session.
It's been
immense
wild.
Proportions.
It has.
Blame it on whatever you want, but I'll tell you what, it's been pouring rain here. Today's the first nice day, so we were trapped inside because we didn't want the AI rain. We
were already out there in it.
Yeah, it was just messy and stuff. And then you're in the house, you're battling those ascension symptoms where you can get sick and all kinds of weird shit and all these feelings, and I'm doing this and then that. It's like a hyper acceleration. But once again, free and clear out the other side, with a better understanding of the whole process. Right now, everyone out there, regardless of the smart glass pads or the Tesla tech that's come in and all kinds of med beds and all that, that's great. Until that point, don't wait for that stuff to come through. It's on you, your awareness, indicates that you have knowledge of this. It's now your responsibility to yourself
Right.
to do the right thing. And sometimes that right thing might be going to a doctor because you might need it. And I understand that. And that's just what it is. I broke my arm. I need to go see a doctor. I got this. I need to whatever. But do something in the right direction. Your health is key in the situation. Like if you can be less parasitic
in every
and
situation,
less acidic, less inflammation, that's like eating up processing power to your brain and your body's functions.
I was having a hard time the other day, and I drank I had a little baking soda and a glass of water, and I felt 20 minutes later, I felt like $1 million because I felt 100% better than I did 20 minutes before. What's the matter?
You didn't hear something? Does that sound like someone was breathing right in between us?
Oh, no.
So that big sound, that was right here.
You have to do what you have to do to take care of yourself because health is everything. It is. It's the way we function.
It's not just meditation.
I'm gonna just drop. I'm gonna just run into the kitchen.
Yeah, do you think? So check it out. It's very important for you right now to make your adjustments, to take this time because you are the important one. You don't realize it, but a higher version, a higher frequency version of you is better for the whole planet. You make the world go round. You make it worth it. You do. The best version of you out there helps the world succeed. Okay? And that is so important. Fuck what you heard across the board. Be best you. And all those things associated with those higher frequencies, you will then become part of that. You already are, but your awareness will open to all that without searching for it. It turns on automatically. You're activating. If you're hearing this, you're working on it, most likely. Okay? I could guarantee you. I'm yelling through here. We're in the optimum timeline, the frequency. I know I am. I'm starting to look and go around and people are like, no, but this, but that. No. The mass consciousness is looking, going, we don't want the bullshit no more. We want the good shit. Okay, well, here it comes. It locks us into this timeline, and that's where you want to be. For once, we're thinking as a group. We're thinking as a group that of people, beings that are actually fucking free and actually created this place. This is our place. I don't accept your programming. From out there, for some reason, whatever reason, I couldn't reprogram certain things in here for virus reasons and bullshit takeovers and all kinds of weird stuff. So we had to write mushrooms and programs and have ayahuasca mothers and the spirit of the planet and calling for help through the universe. From source itself, we come and we show up at the very beginning so we could get locked down under the guise of them thinking we got locked down, but really it was a heist. We went through the process knowing we'd come out the other side as the champs, knowing we would do it. That was the deal. That's why we all have a little piece of the puzzle, because they were out there scanning us to see what we knew. And the less we knew, the better. And we keep hearing stuff, well, everyone's a king and a queen. And yeah, that's right. 100% correct. There's enough room for everyone. Right? And we're tired of the bullshit. There's no need for all this stuff. Hey, look, here's a couple of remarks on what's going on. This is going to get really ugly, right? Regarding the takedown of these guys is going to be dark. It's going to be sinister. You're going to feel bad for them almost. Just roll with it. Just watch it and go, the fucking guy got caught. I told you. Right? You could just be like, oh, there it is. I don't got to tell you, I told you so. Hey, look. Hey, I said, my mother said to me, oh, wave 3 of the fucking coronavirus is coming in. I said, no, it's not. It's a political thing going on. She, okay, Frank, just like that in the middle of the street. And I was like, yo, what the fuck is this bitch's problem? Like, what is your problem? I just told you the truth and you yelled at me in the middle of the fucking street. Talk about disrespect, even from your closest ones. They still can't see it. Why? Because that fucking TV's pumping in your home 24/7. And I got more important things to do in 3D. And I'm not making fun of my mother. It's like this for a lot of people. She drank ayahuasca. Should know better. Should know better. But no. It's the skin suit. Can't handle the truth because it's a frequency. And you're being hit with truth and it hurts. Ah! Pop! And people want to argue with me about starships and spaceships and shit. And I'm like, so you can handle the demon in the closet. If I open that closet and that thing comes in here, you got it, right? You got it? Okay, so there's a 50-50 shot. I don't know who the fuck you are out there, right? But there's a lot of you talking nonsense. And I got it. And I guarantee you ain't got shit. I live time fuck with this stuff. You ain't got it. Trust me. Because if you did, you wouldn't be so cavalier about it. But let's just say for the sake of argument's sake that you do have it. What do we do with the 7.9 billion that don't? Instead of talking shit to me, don't you think you should be out here doing something about it? I'm only pushing the story of my stuff, just showing you what's there. You enjoy it? Fine. You want to get to it? Here's how you do it. You just live a good life. Love, create, have laughter. Yeah, focus your intent on shit. Of course. We want to know about UFOs and ETs and all that stuff. You got to go inside and take a look. You got to clear out all that stuff. Less parasites, more third eye activation. This is how this stuff works. I didn't write the fucking story. I'm in here with you guys. No different. We're all going up. We're all doing it. Now, you're not really saving anyone at this point. So stop wasting fucking time, effort, and energy. Looking, where is it? Who's got the right answer? You're the answer. It's you. There you go. Boom. Aha. There you go. I'm going to just ruin it for you right now. It's you. You're the creator. Wake up. You're not going to find it in Tibet. You're not going to find it in Peru. I mean, you might. Off chance you do, but COVID's got it still locked down. You got to wait till the elections. Lord knows what they're going to fucking try to do between now and then just to prove a fucking point. They could press buttons. Hopefully they can't. I don't believe they can, but maybe they could. But maybe it's that scripted where it just is what it is. And now it's going to be the earth changes and it's not climate change. You guys didn't do nothing to the environment. We kind of fucked off with the plastics and the this, and we fucked up. Yeah. Not to the amount that they have you believe that you're fucking passing gas is going to cost you money because you're ruining the environment. Meanwhile, they're pumping fucking industry into everything, into the environment. That's a lie. They just stick everyone in these little areas because if you pan out of the cities, it's really like little cancer spots, right? That need cancer treatments. There's a lot of traffic and blockages going little highways and byways and stop signs and one ways and alternate side of the street parking and fucking trash removal from this day to that day, from time here to time there. Don't walk, don't sneeze, don't run, don't move, don't walk, go, stop, go. That's what this is. It's terrible. And you go back a little further and there's a fucking grass everywhere. There's green, beautiful blues everywhere. And they have you believe you're in this fucking little cancerous tumor and it's your fucking fault. The whole world's infected when there's nothing further from the fucking truth. Did you put the hot water on for me?
Yeah. I'm done because I'm tired.
I got you. What are you prepared to do? All right. It's your time. So you're like, well, what do I do? It's like, do you? Well, what's most important? I got to do all these fucking things. What's important? What's important? I'm going to ask you again. So you hear in your heart, what is important? You ask me what's important. A couple years ago, I would say one thing, but you tell me right now, what's important? I would say, I'm important. I'm important. Well, what's up with you? Well, I got to be happy, but I'm not going to run over people's fucking heads to break them to make myself happy. I'm just going to make myself happy. And if it's hurting you for some strange reason, when I'm not hurting you on right? Then you have the problem, not me. I have to just do what I have to do what I have to do. However, there are situations, so it is the way it is, right? For the moment. But you say, Frank, what are you doing? I'm like, I have Paula. I love her. I love her. I love Roxy. I love Reggie. I love Oscar. I love 3B and Schwaby and fucking Chopper and Teddy and Little Bear and fucking everyone, Luna, all of them. And I love all you guys. See, it just starts that's what I'm doing. So I refuse to have less. I refuse. I'm abundant. What the fuck is this all about? I love you. What are you gonna do? Punch me in the fucking face? Go for it. I still love you. I'll fuck you up if you do it. But I love you. Let's not be stupid. This isn't kumbaya. However, we can do something really good here. I believe in you. You believe in you. Then go do it. It's not just meditation too, guys. It's a lot of stuff. It's what you eat and how you eat. And you don't got to be such a strict prick about it, right? Where you're so strict that you look at someone else like, how could you? Well, for other people. All right. So if there was a bird, a dinosaur, and an ape walk into a bar, everyone's eating something different, right? Sorry. This one wants to eat meat. This one wants to eat fucking rat asshole. And this one wants to eat fucking grapes from the top vine of the tree. That's just the way it is. Deal with it. Let's grow. Let's all be part of something better. Okay? Better. Less judgy, more better. Okay? Less talky, more dewy. Okay? It sounds great on paper, needs more dragons, right? Okay? All the bullshit aside. Who's doing anything right? You don't need to follow anyone, but follow the energy. The energy is in you. You're the antenna. So you follow the energy. Follow the truth. See where it takes you. Not your made-up truth, because I go through this too. Well, what about all this other shit? Stop adding stuff. You don't need to add anything to anything. Don't think that I've never done that in my life. Come see Heist Click. There's going to be 9,000 people there tonight. The place only hosts 300 people, Frank. How are we going to have 9,000? I don't know, but they're just giving tickets away. I know that's not true. However, I was trying to sell tickets to my group. I do understand blowing smoke up my ass and making it about, if it was about me, man, I'd be selling you a fucking book right now. I'd be like, listen, you got to buy my book, right? So then you can hear me at my talking date, and then you can pay me over here for this, and then you could find me over there for that. What does that sound like to you? And I'm not dissing the ones that do that. You know, I do use my, I don't use any of it. I just am what I am, and how it presents itself is how it presents itself. Revenue streams come from revenue streams. You got to do what you got to do in this life. However, I'm not here presenting it to you like selling it to you. You don't have to buy it. You could fuck off, or you could get on board, or you could just be like, hey, buddy, whatever, or you could just ignore it. I'd love to just be with everyone and just have everyone cool, but we know that's ridiculous to a point. But we need a 51% where we've had enough. We've had enough. Not victimize. I'm not a victim. Uncle Sam doesn't hurt you in the fucking balls the way you think. Okay? A lot of times on paper, you're just hurting from somebody spanking you, touching you the wrong way, or giving you a dirty look as a kid. And it turns into this other nonsense. All right? So heal yourself. Get with the program. Get with your program. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Get with the program. Frank's AI. He's telling everyone, get with the program. Get with your fucking program. What are you here to do? All right? I'm in here to unlock in front of everyone, to be the living example, to help clear a path where those before me were clearing fucking paths, and then they hit the wall. And people like myself and others, many others, are out there just blasting through those walls. I'm not the end all be all. I'm Frank from the Bronx, right? And I'm here to help technically Bronx type people, right? You hear how I talk. You see how I am. You see those that have worked with me know what I'm talking about, right? When I look at you in the face, I'm like, don't be a fucking pussy. I'm not going to fight you. I'm here to push you a little bit and give you a little oomph, but that's the Bronx style. If we were facing a dragon and I handed you a sword and said, bro, this is going down right now. No, it's happening. Take the fucking sword. We do this. Don't be a fucking pussy. We have no choice. You have a choice. You could run away if you want. I'm going in. I'm going, why is there a dragon? Give me that fucking sword. I'll handle this. Let's do this. I want the truth, man. Those people out there claiming to be truth seekers and truth finders and all this other shit, good. Pave the way for the others. Stop adding your own bullshit to it. I know, it's weird, man. It's David Wilcox got to keep the lights on, right? Corey Good got to keep the lights on. We don't know where their money comes from. There's others that do this to keep the lights on. You know what I mean? I'm not judging you, but there's going to be a lot of added bullshit to their stuff because there has to be, because we're here to sell it. You're selling the drama of that on each layer and each level. We have the answers. They don't know shit. He can't possibly know because I know. It's all bullshit. We all know the same stuff. It's just some of us are opening like flowers a little bit sooner than others. We agreed to do certain things, and that's what we're here doing. And what happens? Crab in the bucket. There's not enough room on the table to be in the truth. If I'm up here in the truth, get the fuck out of here. Right? You just sound like a dummy. Okay? When people talk out of one side of their mouth and do something out of the other side of their mouth, think. But I'm the guy to call that. That's my purpose. I'm sure there's others that do this. I seen this older guy. I don't know who he is, but he's pretty cool. He talks with this younger lady that's some European, and she could fucking target in and see positions and in time and place and astral project. I think that's what that is. And then he's just like, oh, motherfucker this and motherfucker that. He has like he's a white dude, old man with a beard and a fucking hair and a ponytail, and he's pretty cool. Even he's much for me sometimes. And I'm like, I'm just got to be me. Why is it got to be me like this? And then I talk to the people I have to talk to. And those people need to hear it for some reason that way. It's my job, my position to when you're like, shut the fuck up. This guy, Frank's a dick. He don't know. This guy knows because he's the one. And then you find out we've all been saying the same shit the whole time. And I could prove this stuff over and over and time again. It just keeps coming up in circles over and over. So JCK needed to say her truth. Awesome. Sounds great. All of a sudden, there's a mad rush for her. I love it. She's beautiful. She's got great information. It's actually really great. Right? And you should give a listen. If you have a chance, give a like to her. Not everybody has to agree on everything. She blows past everyone and everyone starts eating the gravy train, right? And then I go, hey, Ra, Eye of Ra. I fucking love Ra. Ralphie's the best. So I go, listen. What do you think about this? And he's like, bro, I have information on that'll blow your mind. I knew you would. You're my brother. Let me hear it. He's like, here's a fucking video of me like 4 years ago talking about this. And in much stronger detail. Now, then I showed him the information that came out. I said, you got to see this. And he's like, bro, I'm like, I know. Are you complaining though? No, because now all of these people are seeing the information. They weren't listening to Frank. They weren't listening to Ra. They weren't listening to the other one. They weren't listening to the truth seekers and the beast beater. They needed to hear it from this woman. And there she is, giving you the information. Yet again, the same information. Same. And what does she say? You can take it or fucking leave it. I don't give a fuck. I lost all these friends. Sounds just like every one of us. Some of us are a little more out there than others, but what are you going to do? We're all in different layers. I work in a deeper layer than they do. Doesn't mean that I'm more important. It's a different layer. What they view, I walk through. I clear the board. Okay, you walk down in my video game, when you walk onto the levels, I've cleared the levels for you. You get to just walk around. There's no zombies here. None. And if there is one, I take it immediately. Immediately. Everything here is based on the new shit, the good stuff. We're no longer playing the old game. We're no longer playing the old ways. What is this? That's why it appears to be so nonsensical. I mean, come on now, really? Okay, this is getting so obvious with like crack pipes and Joe Biden being the dirtiest motherfucker on the planet. They've all been dirty forever. How come nothing's ever happened? We all knew this already. Every conspiracy theorist, you should all just go hug your conspiracy theorist day. Every one of them was right in one way or another. My father's like, they go into outer space, but not too far, somewhere between here and the moon, right? In spaceships, and they clone people there. And then they put them to work on the moon or bring them back here, and they don't tell you where they're putting them because the place is way fucking bigger than what they're telling you. No psychedelic experience whatsoever. It just spouts that out in front of me. And I'm like, you're not wrong at all. You're not wrong. We could dive into directions all day. The minute you tell me unicorns aren't real, but Bigfoot's real, I'm going to be like, I can't listen to you any longer. I can't do it. So now, once again, now we go back to my point is, who do you need to hear it from? Right? Do you need to hear it from Cobra Commander? Guy Cobra Commander tell you it's all true. They're all there. Or do you need to hear it from Apocalypse? I Lord Apocalypse from the blah, 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 blah. It's all fucking true. What do you need? Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility. Right? You need Batman. It's the hero you need, not the hero you want. You know, it's what I do that defines me. Like, come on. What do you need? Who do you need to hear it from? What inspires you to hear it? Is it an angel, or is it the vampire attack? Is it a combination of both? Hey, thanks. Like, what is it to you? What brings you on board? What brings you into the story so firm and direct that you're now the hero again and gaining control over you? You have no control of what happens out here. Inside your space, you can try to control shit, right? You can do your best to control it, right? How do you control dust? You go and dust. Well, I got to dust every day. Well, you got to do what you got to do. You got to clean up cat poo every time the cat poos, right? You got 14 cats. That's 14 cat poos. That's 14 cat poos times 3. What you want to do, bro? You want 14 cat poos 3 times a day? Everywhere? Or you're going to clean it up. You can do what you got to do. Find a better way to do it. Handle your business. Do what you got to do. Make it correct. Make it work for you. Make you, I don't know, man. I'm a little different. I kind of enjoy doing certain things. You know, naturally, I don't want to sit over there and fucking do dishes all night long. You know, I want to play video games and just jerk off and be like, yeah, bro, smoke pot and let's fuck. But I got to do dishes. We can get to that in a minute. Right? But I got to get this done because I'm finding my meditations in there. Those times I do slip and forget, even though I'm the living meditation, I still slip and forget sometimes. Right? Why? Because my intent was there, but I didn't quite get specific enough. And I want to be more specific. I want to manifest it correctly. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing correctly? Is there any wrong way to do this? And the only wrong way to do it is to thinking that you're thinking that there's a wrong way to do it or that you did it wrong. But be specific. If you want something specific, be specific. Be careful what you ask for. Be careful because incoming 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So take it from there and start working with it. Science yourself. Why are you not sciencing? You're literally an alchemist. You're an alchemist. It's you. You could do the water to wine. You just got to get there. Okay. Will I get there in this lifetime? I don't know. I know I'm working to unlock. See, I don't look at it as, will I walk on water? Will I fly one day? I'm flying right fucking now. Right now. I'm flying now. I'm not waiting. I'm there. I surround myself with superheroes and evil villains and whatever, man. It keeps me in frequency. You know what else I got? I'm surrounded by silver. I got silver coins, silver dollars. I got a fucking sword over here. I got a fucking axe. It makes me feel good. Not that I would do anything with it, but if I got to rescue something, I got to slay a dragon. Guess what? I got it. Oh, I'm good. Right? It makes me feel good. Punisher. Right? Back there at the heist click. That Nicholas Zervos made that shit for me. I love it. It makes me feel good. I surround myself with things that make me feel good. Why? Because it makes me fucking feel good. Why? So I stay in that frequency all the time. So I know what it's like to be that high. So I have something to shoot for. And I'm not going to try. You shouldn't have to try so hard. You should just do. Yeah, like some people are like, well, I don't know what to do. I'm like, well, when you were a kid, what'd you like to do? I like to color. I color. I do it. I got a couple of comic books mixed in here. I got the Law of One. I don't take all this shit's 100% fact serious. The Law of One I take just as serious as Ultimate X-Men volume 19 with Colossus on the cover. They both make the same points. They both make the same sense. And if it has any relevance to me, I will add it to my repertoire. If it does not, get the fuck out of here. I don't need it. But I don't need to act like a dick about it. I could just, don't need it. Right? But it might work for you. But isn't it the AI thing? Maybe. But don't you think we're going to fly? Maybe. Am I going to be on the ship with you? Maybe. Is there even a ship? Maybe. I'm not you. I don't know. Well, what's going to happen? Is decisions going to be made on that level? I don't know. Maybe. Perhaps. Why not? See, this is where in my life, in my line, I'm just like, of course. Yes. Unless it's something ridiculous. And then I'm like, no. Well, aren't there going to be? No, there's not going to be any of them. Just like they told me, I'm walking around on the ship and I go up to the dinosaur beings first. I just walked by them. I wanted to see them. It was like looking at dinosaurs that they were men and they had long necks and they were thick though. And they had like fins on the back of their head and they had the fucking big dinosaur head and they had arms and fucking legs, big, walking in fucking red outfits. I was like, yo, these dudes look cool. They had little tails and shit. I had to see one up close and they were like, how do you feel looking at that? How do you feel? And I go, I don't know. I don't want them to eat me, but I want to get close enough. And they're like, why would you think here we would just let someone eat you right here in the middle of these are the good guys, bro. And I'm like, but wouldn't, and they're like, no, you don't run up to them and jump on them and hug them and then they'll fucking smack you around. It's just like being in the park with them, right? You're in Loretta Park, you're playing handball, boom, boom, boom. Dinosaur guys come in and you're like, holy shit. Then the giraffe dudes come in and they're playing basketball and they're fucking killing it on the court. Right. And then the cat men come in and they bring in the cat ladies. Everyone's looking at the cat ladies like, well, oh, bro, they're so hot. And then the reptilians come in, but it's these reptilians specifically, the Dracos. And everyone's like, what are they doing over there by the bocce ball court? Are they smoking crack in the bocce ball court? Are they fighting over there? Right? It's the same thing. You would be happy to see all these different things going on. You'd be like, hey, I know that guy. I know that guy. I know, stay away from that guy. Stay with this guy. This guy's cool. This one's that. Everyone's different, but everyone knows what's going on for the most part. If you're living there, right? It's not really a big deal. Same shit. And I'm like, oh, I do get that. Because I'll walk up. I'll be like, hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's going down? Yo, look, it's Joe. It's Joe Mama. You know, it goes on and on. Everyone's got a nickname here and a something else. Why do you think that is? Because inside, not everybody is, everyone's different. For all our similarities, we're also different. That makes us the original. That's why I'm like, be you. You're the original. There's nothing like you out there. Don't even worry about copying and pasting and doing that shit. It doesn't matter. And here's another thing, too, I've learned. Not only are we not waking up or saving anyone at this point, it's on whoever, we just got to roll through this relaxing because it's going to be so absurd, right? It's just going to get so out of control and you have to just pull back and smile. You have to learn to control yourself to the point where you can just be like, when you stop your car and you put your hand out to like block the person, but there is really you're doing it because you love the person. Like, ooh, let me, just in case you might fly a little forward. I had to stop real quick or whatever. That's us. We have to be in position for this. So when we lock down and get this ready, we can, hey, it's all good, man. Check this out. going to show you something cool. I'm going to let you in on something and try to bring it to that next level, because it's going to be so out of hand that that's plausible. Just letting you know right now. The most important position is right at the swing point, because people will be losing their shit. So I've been told people are going over here. If they're continuing in 3D, seen that. Don't know how much I believe it. I've been on the ship 100 times now, wide awake, just standing there like, okay, not physically, not that I'm aware of, but projecting into it, but it feeling real, like it feels real right now. Like I'm like shook telling you this. Like you could see it in my eyes. Yeah, once you see it, you can't unsee this shit. Right. So now it's like, oh, how do we deal with this? It's like, well, man, look, if I got to wave to the reptilian, I'm going to do it. I want change. I want to be up on the developing end of getting this shit together. Does that make sense? I want to help. I want to, but helping in certain ways, like I'm going to save the world. These people aren't waking up. What's happening? Everyone's contracted differently. You're just to watch it kind of go. Now, if someone pulls a hand out and goes, I need assistance, you're to assist. If someone says, hey, and asks you into the conversation, you could let them know. We've gotten into a position where it's like the end game, and it's kind of a beautiful thing to watch this play out. But this is what you're going to see. It's going to get dark when they talk about these guys not being able to walk the streets anymore. Joe Biden and all those characters, including celebrities, man, you're going to find out some shit. You look at a picture of a guy doing cocaine off a girl's butt, and you're like, oh, that looks like an underage girl right there. If they're doing that and someone's taking a picture, they're fucking doing the nastiest things you could imagine. I'm just reminding you, we're activating to get rid of this stuff. You want the good future? You get rid of the parasites. That doesn't mean take it into your own hands when it comes to those people, unless you're involved in something that has to do with that. You need to be in the awareness of what goes down. Then you need to control your energy. You need to work on your parasites, getting rid of your demons, getting rid and clear of that. When that occurs, your energy alone will anchor into your position on the new living, breathing fucking grid of the planet, where the soul machine and all that's gone. It's called all that reincarnation shit that's been forced is gone. Gone, done, bye. Most of these things can't do anything to you, but if you go get involved, you might have something done to you. Like, it's like when I tell you, are you in the comic or are you reading the comic? And with this stuff that we do here, it's like when I turn the page, are you in the comic or are you reading the comic? If you're in the comic on the distraction end, you can get shot, stabbed, beat up, house burnt down, problems, drama, and he said, she said shit. It starts to turn into something else, something that you'll start to go, nothing changes, bro. Sage doesn't work, and you're all full of shit and a bunch of hippy dippy nonsense. It's like, no, man, you got to take this seriously with intent and love, and just be part of it. Be part of it. Become the hero again, right? If there was a little kid looking up to you and you were inspiring them so they can be more, what would you be like? If it came down to it and the situation needed something, you mentally go in your head and you find these places like, well, I never even thought of that before. Could I handle it? Things like CPR. Can you handle CPR on someone? I saw someone collapse from this old man. I fucking said as a joke, because this guy used to yell at me all the time. So I had all my friends in the backyard. So my best friend used to go, fuck this old man, right? So we would laugh. We didn't really mean it. the guy lived next door to me. I knew him. We'd eat dinner together and shit. Like there's a whole family in there, and they knew my family really well. We'd see them all the time. They would yell at me, and the next day they'd yell at you again. That night, I said, "Fuck you, man. Why don't you go fucking die already? Bah, heart attack, blah, blah, blah." Dude was at the window, not yelling. He was going, "Help, I'm having a heart attack." Okay. Dummy Frank, that's Dummy Frank right there, runs into the guy's house with my brother, and the guy fucking and keels over right in front of me. I froze 100%. My brother kicked into action. It's a metaphor for what you can hold in your mind, what you can handle, what can you do. See, in that situation, he helped this guy. That guy was alive. He brought him back. It was wonderful. I was as useless as a poopy flavored fucking lollipop. Don't be the poopy flavored lollipop. That's what I'm saying. There's times and places. Just don't be that guy. Right? Go be the hero. Be in the world that you want to see, the characters, how they want to play out. Yo, man, if we just did some good shit, how about you do good shit? You do it. You don't have to do it all the way over there. Do some stuff right here. You got cracks and shit in your walls and ceilings. Get the fuck out of there or paint that shit. How about you get everyone to scrape the walls? Let's get this shit out of here. Out of here, right? You could turn it into something wonderful. Repaint the place. It's magic. Magic. And now you're on team whatever. You can do it. And that's where I'm going to leave it. You can do it. Each and every one of you is so important. You got to bring that fucking energy to light. You got to. It's so important. I mean, what do you think you were here to do? Pay taxes and die? I'm still curious why coins have the queen on it and we pay taxes to England or something when we escaped. See, nothing makes sense here. Didn't we fight over that already? Didn't we handle this? Didn't the gun debate take place already? Didn't we have this argument and we created these inalienable rights? Okay, the whole world's about to change. Be the change you want it to be. I know that's everybody else's tagline out there, but man, you got to fucking do it, right? Be the hero, right? Be fearless. Remember, the universe rewards bravery. I want to thank each and every one of you hanging out with here, listening to me and Paul or fucking ramble. It's about life. It's about, I can only talk about my life. So there's cats and action figures and silly shit and raps and fucking all kinds of weird. This is what my life is about. You can take it or leave it, right? But you can enter that at any time. Anytime. It's yours. Okay? Thank you for spending your time. And hopefully this did something for you. And if it did, if you could like, subscribe, share it with your friends, let them know we're out there, because that's the only way they're going to find out about it. I'm down to, hey, man, it's just us. Fuck it. We're going to do it. StarShip FearLess, baby. StarShip FearLess. It's a big ship, and you're all invited. Okay? Look, it's a big ship, and there's a big dance floor, and I want to dance with a bunch of you, with all of you. That'd be great if we could all dance together. Can I have some of this shit? Popcorn. This is fucking delicious. Love you guys so much. If you have questions, comments, wait a second. I do have one thing. I was asked a question. I was kind of answering it before. From Christina, asked me, I wanted to ask you a question for tonight's show. I know this is a taboo subject that no one wants to talk about, but I've been doing some research on 9/11 since I personally lost a firefighter that day. I know that druids or priests have done a Rain Man dance the night before and did a closing spell after the cleanup. I wanted to know what information I am missing without the use of psychedelics, and what other spells were used on the location and why in the last 20 years. I can just answer a couple of those things. Why in the position? It's a portal opening on a ley line, a super point where they built architecture specifically to blow it up and bring it down later on. So you could be part of the living ritual walking through Manhattan. You're on a giant board. It's the chessboard. It's the circuitry board. It's the power source on the circuitry board. Not to mention things like money, gold, trillions of dollars disappearing underneath Building 7, stuff in computers that needed to be destroyed because they were covering tracks. This was all done on purpose and all set up. I don't know anything about the rain dance the night before. I do, however, know that Freedom Tower was built there. And on certain nights when it's windy, which is most nights over there, it sounds like people are screaming for their lives. So Freedom Tower sounds to me like code for the devil's fucking dick. Nah, it's terrifying.
No, not an obelisk. It's a what is from the planet of the apes? It's a portal. No,
That's what I said.
No, what's it called?
A portal?
No, it's not a portal. It's called something. I don't remember what it's called now.
No. Well, the obelisk that is.
No, it's not an obelisk. It's a. Oh my God! Why can't I?
Homie, you're holding me up and killing me.
Sorry. Hold on.
Holy shit!
I can't remember.
All right, come back when you're better, homie. All right, so they did things there on so many levels, on so many layers to do multiple things.
Monolith.
The monolith that is now in place, that is there, is like a representation of the death and dying, as far as I'm concerned. It's been desecrated by having the artistic nature, having wind that comes through, making it sound like people screaming and falling to their death. Anyone that's been down there fucking tell you the same thing. Don't bullshit me. I live right here. Right? Like I said, I don't got to make it up. The story's already crazy enough. Now, it's also a ritual. You want to know why Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Obama, and her and her husband, and I don't even know why this all works, why the rituals in the Olympics, whatever rituals they do privately, doing all these things to the kids, why it works. It works because nothing's happening to them, but we all know, right? You know, I know, you know, I know. We always knew it was a piece of shit. How come nothing ever happened? It's not just power and control. They get that power and control not just through intimidation and shit. They get it through the actual ritual itself is granted upon them. Now, here's something I learned that I didn't know. If you go through the ritual as one of these elites, they're not elites, they're fucking dummies, right? And you give yourself to the demon and they clone you, they kill the original. They're gone. So if they took me and cloned me, I'm not on ice somewhere. The man that you know is me is gone. 100% gone. They could program the other clone to do whatever, have your memories and all that. They could do that. It's not me. It's not a fractal of me. It's got my DNA, but there's another soul rocking in that, period. And a lot of times when they do these rituals with these elites or the cabal, they're giving themselves over to the demon. It's not a demon. It's a fucking lizard or something else. I'm sure sometimes it's demonic, but they don't want the demonics on the board like that. Demonics are nuts. A possession is completely different than having the reptile running the body. It's just like me jumping out of my body under ayahuasca, jumping into a reptilian body while he's out trying to jump into my body. How's that sound? And we succeed. And I get in his and he gets in mine. I'm like, and he's like, and I'm like, why does he do these things? And they're like, well, you have to become him to understand why he thinks that way. And I'm like, okay, fuck it, let's do it. And then as I'm sneaking into him, he's sneaking into me, trying to control me. And then I go back, boom, boom, get out of my body. And he's like, get the fuck out of here. And we go through these movements, this weird dance. Yeah, we know what's up. That's the kind of shit that's going on with the clones. You'll be seeing these people and you're like, well, Hillary Clinton is X, Y, and Z. The original Hillary is probably gone. There is no original. The reptiles in the clones. And when you pick the first, what generation one's the original? If Hillary gives her body over, it takes over her, pushes her out. She's gone. So the original's been taken. When that original goes to bed at night, it jumps back into its other form, and it's very aware of it. But the original Hillary, the soul of that being is out. It exists on whatever it decided. Did it reincarnate, get stuck in the trap, get eaten by Satan and shit out and become a fucking turtle? I don't know. Maybe they're back on here helping because it got so dark and they were like, bro, I can't jump like this. It's like opting out immediately. So you don't win by getting with the devil, metaphorically speaking. You're giving yourself up to these beings and they're pushing you out and just taking your body and rocking with it because it's the skin suit, it's the DNA. It's in the DNA, right? Everybody needs to be strong and hang in there. The rituals, they don't work. We've been working through time and jumping to the original rituals, smashing them. Because it's all now, right? So you're never late. You want to get back on track to the timeline, you go back and interfere. It branches off into the optimum shit, and then you could jump into the timeline. It drains their evil battery of destruction, ritual after ritual after ritual, which is what's holding back the karma, which is why they didn't get in trouble. And then all of a sudden, that's removed from them. All right. So I'm going to be the one to say it. Christy Teigen's a bitch, right? And I'm sorry she lost the baby. John Legend, I'm so sorry. Joe promoted it like that. It was a full moon on the eve of the... You guys are literally doing rituals and giving away your fucking children to these things to escape the damage that's coming to you. And no ritual is going to save any of you. That's just fucking the way it is. Sorry. Maybe you shouldn't have done that to begin with. But we don't know what's in there. We don't know what's running her. She could be straight reptilian on the inside running that. Or a fully corrupted soul. On the highest layer, we're all connected. On the smallest layer, she's fucking completely separate and she's a bitch and needs to be kicked down a flight of steps. Period. Period. We're not dummies. I see what you're doing. Everything's pedo me. I'm a pedo. Look at me getting away with fucking kids. And then we're like, what are you doing? And she's like, man, don't look here, bro. I just lost a child and now everyone feels bad for me. Nope. I feel bad for the kid. I don't feel bad for you. You did that on purpose. What the fuck are you talking about? They probably told you. And this isn't far from any assumption. Give the sacrifice or you're out. Or it's you. We need something now. They know what they're doing. They know what they signed up for. There's that singer J. Cole or some shit. That widow. She's like literally quoted as saying, I don't know why you follow me. I'm literally a demon. And y'all still so bump her and go, well, she makes great music. Well, that makes you a dummy. That's how that works. See? Can't glorify them no more. I have trouble saying shit like, I have trouble saying it, even though there's a lot of truth to it. Shit like Bill Cosby. I don't want to go back and go, well, you know, he's really funny. He was loved by billions. And he raped 50 people, so fuck him. Oprah was helping with these little girls. She was saving all these people, right? Chappelle's right. I'm going to quote him. People don't want to hear that shit. He saves. but he also rapes. He saves more than he rapes. Or does he rape more than he save? Because he's the guy that bought the microphone so Martin Luther King could speak, because there was no money for a mic, couldn't speak, and there was all those people. So that was paid for by Bill Cosby. What kind of fucking world are we living in, guys? I don't even know what to say. Can't glorify him. So many times I talk about wrestling. I used to love discussing wrestling with my brother. I'm sorry, I'm eating popcorn. I don't give a fuck. We would play, and then somebody would always get put in the cripple crossface. That's Chris Benoit. I don't even like. I'm gonna chill mentioning his name. He was the rabid Wolverine, so people used to just run around and go, "Wow, the rabid Wolverine." We loved watching. Okay, you know, he killed his wife and his kid. We don't know what happened really, but we heard the story of what we're told, that he killed the family. Can't glorify him no more. Sorry. We know he was there. We get it. He was good at his job. I'm tired of putting the demon in first place. I'm tired of it. I'm the shining example. You're the shining example. Let's just shine together and burn this fucking dark shit out. Get it over with already. Let's ground in. You want spaceships? Let's see. Let's fucking see. We want to evolve and change? Let's do it. Let's science this shit. You want a better life? Let's have faith that there is better life and have the endurance to push through to that place. Because it takes the hard work to get there. But hard work defined in society that breaks your neck and back for nothing over the course of so many years is way different than the hard work that I'm speaking about. I'm talking about an understanding of the whole thing. God, you make such great fucking popcorn. Holy shit. This is better than movie popcorn. This is that gourmet shit. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm rambling on about this stuff, but it's important because what the fuck? I love The Rock, right? But if he's on that list, which I have a feeling he is, I don't know. You're out. I'm sorry. All those things, I get it. It built up a certain thing. Yeah, but you got to go. There are so many other better people suited to fill spaces like that in my heart to make me want to live the example. You know? Let's start going with the good shit. And let's flush this bullshit. I mean, Jesus, you watching this stuff on TV. Saturday Night Live, Bill Burr gives a straight, oh yeah, cancel culture right out, wants to stop him, but can't. And then you watch Saturday Night Live, and it actually sucks terrible. Because once again, it's back to that hate. They're not trying to be funny. They're trying to be hateful funny. I'm not good at it. They're mocking me. Man, it's not funny anymore. The Jester was supposed to always be funny. He always tells the truth. The king was fat. He'd be like, hey, you fat pig. Stick an apple in your mouth, right? And people would be like, ooh, in the Indian culture. And if he was saying that to you, he's allowed to get away with it. He's the one that's allowed to say it because he's seeing it, so he could snap on you for it. So if you complain or whatever, and he could come out and make a dick out of you, and you couldn't kill him, the king would be like, oh snap, or the shaman chief or whatever the fuck. They would be like, oh, that's why they were the comedians or the philosophers. When you start writing into that hateful shit, it becomes something different, right? It becomes garbage. And Saturday Night Live is straight fucking trash. Wait till it comes out. How many transvestites And I have nothing, there's nothing wrong with transsexuals or whatever, transvestite. I don't know what they're called anymore. I don't want to say the wrong thing because you might try to cancel culture me, and I don't give a fuck. I'll smoke a blunt right in your face and be like, I don't care. But y'all been lying the whole time. You know, the Baphomet trick is the penis and the vagina kind of thing going. The androgynous male or whatever. You're following that. It's not a Luciferian thing. It's Baphomet. Lucifer don't look nothing like that shit. Boff looks exactly like that. Straight up. It's like, oh, look. It's you. And then you got, now I don't know, but I saw pictures of Wendy Williams. I know Wendy Williams. Well, I don't know her personally like that, but when I was rapping, she came out in favor of us during a set event on a live TV show. When they went to commercial and we got into a fist fight on the set, all these guys were attacking us. They were yelling fucking racial shit. You fucking cracker motherfuckers. Screaming at us in front of a crowd of people. We just performed our #1 song, and they wouldn't give us any more time on the show because the host of the show, Simeon Harden, was like, yo, what up, my ninja, what's up? And then when the cameras were off, he went up to my DJ and was like, hey, maybe you want to go out after, get something to eat? Sounded like a little girl. I don't care if you're gay. You can pick up anyone you want. You do what you got to do. Don't be faking the funk, though. Murder Mook was standing there. I was like, boy, Mook, Murder. Just when he just started, for those of you that know hip-hop, he was in there. Simeon got fired that day. You don't see him no more, but you see Murder Mook. I was like, you know better than to open your mouth, right? And Wendy Williams came down. She was literally standing right behind me going, one of my rap names is Face, man. Everyone would call me Face. She's like, yo, Face, I got your back. I saw the whole thing. Got you on camera upstairs. I'm with you. This was my first time meeting her. She's bigger than me. Straight up. Her framework, her face, her head, everything about her was just weird. I've been at a ton of events where I'm like, these women are just, where do they grow these women? They're so big and kind of flat chested over here, but I'm not making fun of. It's just, I always felt like I was in a football huddle when everybody leans in and I'm the one like looking up, like, okay, here's the play. Just to find out that most of them are men. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, she has a picture out now. Her slang's out. Michelle Obama. Family member died. Left money to her. Gotta call you by your birth. Sex. I'm leaving this to my son. She's literally in a book about, on the cover for transgender something or another. Why is it so hard to believe? We got the pictures of the jingle jangle, right? The linebacker back doesn't do it. No, I think people are just afraid to say it because somebody might say something. But I was in Webster Hall and my buddy made out with the guy thinking it was a girl. And I was like, holy shit, that is one hot chick, guy. No one really knew. And we got over there and the dude was bigger than everyone. I was like, holy shit, you're a guy. I was like, you're fine as fuck, though. Right? Oh, thanks, baby. I'm like, your fucking head is this big. You're beautiful. Girls will be jealous of you. But it's a costume. Now, I'm not taking away from anyone that wants to live that way and just wants to be that. But I remember Biden saying 2 days ago, 7 and 8 year olds could change their gender. Let's just say for a second he's retarded. Straight dementia, retarded dummy. That's Joe Biden. Let's just say. Where else have we heard that? Where else have we heard that sickness? They're turning us on our children. Right? The worst thing that you can do is let the child make the decision at that age. Period. Think about this shit. I want you to think about it. And the ones promoting and pushing, take a look at them. I had 27 abortions. Brah. Yeah, look at you. You look like you have a demon coming out of your face, and I have nothing to do with religion. Literally, man, I killed them all. If I didn't have the abortion, I wouldn't have this award. Look at my golden dick award. Look, it looks like a penis. So you can go, oh, you did it. The death of my child meant that I can do this for you, for me. Now, give me. Nah. No, that's terrible. It's fucking terrible. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to watch this shit play out now. I anchored my energy. My light's in here. Ain't nothing no one can do about it. Think about that about you guys. Do the same. Anchor it in. Inside your space, it's sacred. What are you doing? You know, my space is sacred. Everything is working. Everything's going. I'm in the right direction. I'm heading the right thing, and I'm eating popcorn. I'm talking to you guys, and I'm like, you know what? It's all gravy. It's going to work out. There's no rush to get her done. It's now. If you're not in it by now, you probably won't be. And that's okay. Remember to be a little bit more compassionate to the people around you. I basically walked behind my mother today as we walked and talked, even though she gave me that shit. So fucking rude. I swear to Christ. It drives me up a fucking wall when I hear this shit. When people do that to me. Loud and in the street like a complete jerk off. And just walk with her. In my head, I kept going, just throw love at her. She's having a rough day. She's treating me like her husband, but she's having a rough day. Or treat me like some jerk off in the street, but she's having a rough day. I love her. Help her. Through me, the energy conduit, send it into her while she's send it right through. I love you. I just really want you down deep inside to live the life that you need to live because you want the right thing. I get it. I get it. I get it. So I had to be super compassionate. And that's it. You don't get nothing out of it. You know what you get out of it? You get to be a better person. Inside and out. And then when and if the others come around, when they do, you'll actually get your rocks off, metaphorically, watching them bloom like flowers. How's that? You'll go, oh, it was wonderful watching my mother snap out of it or my father snap into it or watching someone under ayahuasca have the breakthrough. Right? Be that light. Be it. I just ate all this fucking popcorn in front of you guys. I feel like a total shit. All right. Check it out. My mother called me before last week's show and hung up on me. Right before the show, she got rude. She called me and asked me a question, and she was completely wrong on what I had said to her earlier. And all I said was, "Oh, hold up a second. You're kind of going off the rails with everything," because she said 10 things at once. I was trying to remind her how it really happened, and she's like, "I don't remember any of that." Hung up on me. I had to go into last week's show like, everything worked itself out, though. I was just like, you know what? It is what it is. I did not call her the next day. I just called her and was like, yeah. Now, am I going to let you keep running over me like that? Is a different story, but this isn't a power trip. She's my mother. I love her. She's allowed to fucking, after the shit I pulled in this world, she's allowed to fucking vent. If she wanted to throw a brick at me once in a while, some of the shit I put her through, I'd let her throw it at me. You just got to let me see that it's coming so I could try to move. But I would agree, maybe. Not in these later years, but definitely when I was younger. So you got to give the balance. You're not going to respect me and hang up on me. I'll never talk to you again. Really? Is it worth it? When a giant spaceship comes down 5 times the size of Earth, the sun's shooting out energy. People are like, yo, it's pretty crazy. Trump and the children and then you guys are talking reptilians. Is it really worth it? If somebody hangs up on you? I've had such nasty shit said to me. I curse a lot. My name from 12 to, well, maybe 16 or 17 was motherfucker. That was my name. So I get it. It hardened me up, man. It's all good. You're just fucking names and words. I got names and words for you. I'm going to ohm you so hard. You're going to shift up. Because I love you. Because we can't have this. Like it looks like an infection at this level. And it's really weird. Right? So be kind, be compassionate. Something I need to tell you guys. Yo, you know people on drugs, heroin, crack cocaine, Suboxone, and all the weird shit, Adderalls. Don't be requesting or trying to give them DMT, ayahuasca, ibogaine. You can send them in the direction. Do not give it to them. Addicts will take, and the shit will mix with them and kill them. Just letting you know. There are treatments and there are shamans for all that shit. And if you are one of those people, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you know someone in your family who's sick, and you're like, dude's on heroin, I think he needs DMT. It's like, no, he doesn't need DMT. That's the last thing that dude needs. Because it's only going to supplement the addiction. He's going to go and see what's there and have PTSD for the rest of his life. Or it's not going to let him see, and he's going to tell you you're full of shit. DMT doesn't heal you. Doesn't heal you. Shows you. Yeah, you get a little healing out of it. Ayahuasca's a healer. Ibogaine walks you through to show you how bad the addiction in you is and stays with you for hours and then months. It's a much deeper, crazier experience. Help break your addiction. Doesn't always work. It's not a silver bullet. You could still, if I had crack in front of me right now, I could choose to smoke it. I wouldn't. But I'm saying, if I was a little off one day and there's the beer is sitting there and I'm like, fuck it, I'm doing it, you know. You always have the option to do that. So you have to be a strong-willed person or a person that's ready to do it, to take that. If you're not ready and you're just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it. Oh, so the 5 of you just want to jump off that cliff with a rope tied to you? You know, that's like 60 feet, right? You know, you got to cross your body and do this. And the one person that's there that doesn't really want to do it, just doing it to be with his friends. And the person that's there is like, you all got to want to do this. Because if you kind of half jump, you could hurt yourself on those rocks. So you have to leap all the way out. So go leap all the way out. It's like, wait, well, I don't think I want to do that. It's like, well, then you shouldn't have been here. Don't say yes if you mean no. You could watch. Say, I'm going to watch. Don't just go along with the crowd anymore. Herd mentality is no good. And Aaron made a point with me today. I put a post and I hashtag hang them all. Because I want them to hang when they've done terrible stuff to children, terrible stuff to people that you can't apologize for. Your avatar needs to go 100%. I'm looking at it from a very destructive, ritualistic, evil thing that they're doing, not a herd mentality. Yeah, hang them. We're not trying to escape responsibility, sir. And this isn't team gang up on that team. If you haven't learned why they need to hang, shut the fuck up. Go learn something. Come back. Because people go, yeah, just fucking hang them. Bam. Do you even know what they did? You know why they're hanging? Yeah, because they got to hang because the Democrats are Republican. No, that's not why. That has absolutely nothing to do with it, actually. So maybe you should shut up. You go to Stop Talking Land. Whoop. And when you do a little bit of research, you come back and talk. It's a lot deeper. So we're not herd mentality. Because I could just run outside at that matter and start punching people like Antifa does. And say, no, that's a demon. And just have all the Fearless family come beat people up. Well, demon. Right? That's not how this works. It's more like shame. Shame forever and ever. Your name gets soiled. We don't talk about you no more. We all know about you, of course. We're not highlighting your career. We're not doing movies on you. And we're not writing fucking books unless they're how to spot a jerk off hidden in a crowd of jerk offs. Then we got your number. I'm just reading some of these real quick. Yeah, I really took this into another land of opportunity, huh? 3.5 hours. I think that's a little bit of a record for me. I didn't want to break away from Paulie Poo. However, I feel some of this needs to get out and just it needs to be flopped on the table. It's time to exercise your right to be a creator. The doors and windows are open. Create. I don't know how to create for you, but I can tell you your creations will lead to up that line of what you're looking for. Instead of searching for everything, take what you got. And if you don't like what you got, get rid of it. Start fresh. Keep what you like. Keep what makes you happy. Go through your stuff. Purge a little bit. If you're wearing shirts with holes, do you really need to look like that? I know it's comfortable, but it's kind of dirty. You know what I'm saying? I know it's holy, right? So you want people to see you like that? Like, how do you see yourself? Well, I'm so comfortable, but there's just holes and everything. You got 58 shirts in there that don't have holes in them. All I'm saying is just straighten your shit up a little bit. I get the comfortable shirt thing, but that also defines something in you. You get so comfortable that it becomes ratty and holy, right? Like Swiss cheese. It doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. You're like thinking it looks cool. And I'm like, dude, there's a hole over your ass and you're at the gas station getting fucking whatever, lotto. You're wearing fucking black socks and flip-flops. What the fuck is wrong with you? And skinny pants with holes in, like, oh boy. Pull your shit together. Do it. Watch what happens. Up the game a little bit. Be a little extra grateful. Be a little more potent and powerful. Command your presence without demanding your presence. You understand? I don't know how that resonates. You know, you do things without humor and it's still the same thing. It's like, oh, well, yeah, you're the all Frank. It's like, yeah, I am. So are you. How do you argue your way out of that one? Guys, let me hear it. You're going to tell me what? I'm not God, right? I know your source. Source is higher than God. Just letting you know. Lowercase g. God denotes a boot on you. They're free fucking beings. Free light beings. Coming in under a heist, the guise of the heist to fucking blow up. Right at the right moment. And show that we can shine like a beacon of hope. Show you that you can do it too. And that's it. I love you guys so much. Each and every one of you. If you have questions, comments, hit me up. I'm around. I love each and every one of you so much. And thank you for spending your time with me. Thanks for helping Paula too. She's been in a lot of pain. And I send positive vibes and greetings and awesome energies right back to you. We need to share this shit. Activate that grid. Right? Be the hope. Be the light. See you guys soon. Have a great night. And remember that universe. What about it? It rewards bravery. Holy shit. I didn't fucking know that. And now I do. And guess what? Knowing is half the battle. See you next time. Eating the pudding.